and I'm the Jack, with Aylin, played by Katie,
Hello.
you, played by Chris,
Hi, everyone.
Red Wolf, played by Justin,
Hello.
Relentless, played by Christian, and Giz, played by Travis.
Hi guys, I'm a big boy now.
And after last session, we ended with you guys getting to Fort Baraka Morndon. I think I pronounced that right. So, what would you guys like to do?
What are we looking at here?
You are looking at the fortress you're at. If you look at the, here, I'll share this again with everyone. The map, you are, if I can make my arrow point the right direction, here where the purple arrow is pointing.
Got it.
Still a few days from Sardash. When you arrive, most of the buildings around you seem to be like a little ragged-ish. Nothing too crazy. A lot of merchant caravans stopped here. Other travelers. Lots and lots of guards.
Oh boy.
Does anyone at the gate seem to recognize who we are?
No, they seem to just be pointing to other people and doing like inspections of some of the items being brought up and that the merchants have, making sure that they are not trading in any illegal goods.
How big is our cart again?
The average, so it's like 8 by like 10, I think, is what the average cart size is.
And where is everybody sitting in the cart?
Wherever you say you're sitting.
Well, I assume Relentless is at the front driving the cart.
Yep.
Relentless is driving it. Agalia is sitting inside. And where's everybody else sitting?
He was perched at the back of the cart.
I'll be sitting inside.
Is this a covered cart?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Shotgun.
Well, is it like a cloth divider in between where the drivers are and the inside of the cart?
Yeah, there is one. Do you guys have it open or closed? I mean, you have stuff in the cart, obviously. You have the large barrel of beer you've been slowly drinking. There's a bunch of bags that were left by Ocelot and Vincent in that back that seemed to be filled with random goods, foods, and other just miscellaneous stuff.
Yeah, don't look in there. There's probably some pretty fucking unspeakable shit in those bags. I'm gonna poke.
You guys have like piled that all on one side of the cart, and you're sitting on the other side.
Yeah, just leaving that until we can light it on fire. I'm gonna poke my little head out in the divider and just have my little head next to Relentless and be like, "Hi, where are we?"
Apparently we're in a town known as Barak Morden. Do you know of any work here with your law firm?
I don't know. What do I roll? History?
Yes.
good, because I'm good at history! Oh! I know the whole town! I literally wrote the book about this town!
That's
You know that this is an old fortress built long ago by Sardash to protect it from enemies to their west. For the most part, anybody who does trade along this route has to stop here and be inspected.
So I tell all of that to Relentless, and he probably zones out right about the time I pull out the chart and start going through the lineage of the ruling class of this city. Starting at the beginning of time, of course.
in the beginning.
This one is really smart.
Yeah, you know that this is a very full fort, lots and lots of guards. The same family's been ruling over it since it was constructed however many hundreds of years ago.
Yeah,
And,
I know. I'm going through the whole lineage with Relentless. His eyes seemed very glazed right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Just for the most part, this is just a stop through, a safe place to sleep for the night. And you guys got here, it's about midday.
Alright, so about 2 hours
You can
pass,
sell
and I
some
go...
goods.
So about 2 hours later, as it finishes up with, no, I don't think my lawyer firm has any chapters or anything here.
yet.
Yet. I pull out my business cards out of my bag and get ready.
So what's the process with this place? Do you know?
The due process?
You know that it's basically get inspected and you're allowed to enter into the Sardash territories.
Alright. I'll pull the cart up to the door.
When you pull up to the gate, two guards come waving you through, and they signal for you guys to go to cart it off to the right. I am not moving everybody's tokens, so
Boop.
we'll just
Boop.
come as you please.
Boop.
All right, so you guys are led inside, and then you go off. I'm using Agalias, that's like your thing.
Okay.
And it's brought over into this open section. Guard seems to be looking slightly more important than the others. Walks up. All right, everybody out of the cart. Just nice and calm. Just stand over here. We'll go through it real quick. What you trading in today? Just traveling through. What's your business? Coming to Sardash.
We're just working our way through at the moment.
All right. You gonna sell any of your goods?
Relentless just kind of looks around at the group.
I mean, probably not. I don't know what's going to happen, though. Do you
All
want to
right.
buy any of it?
No, thank you. Give us about 5-10 minutes. And you see a few other guards come over, and they proceed to go through your cart. After about 8 minutes, they're like, all right, you're free to go. Welcome to Sardash, and enjoy the wonderful sands. And he just takes you, points out to you guys, and you ride your cart out, back throughout the main gate, and you are free to leave.
That's easy enough.
I don't think that guy likes his job very much.
It's a living.
Seems really sad.
Oh,
All right, are you guys gonna stay here for the day? What are you doing?
Well, I'd like to roll perception to see if there's anybody currently here. Because if everybody has to come through, see if there's anybody that we recognize or I recognize.
All right, give me a perception roll.
Fantasy grounds, don't cuck me like that.
You do recognize somebody standing there.
Oh. What his name is? Who will be?
She's leaning up against a cart that has the Sardashian star on it. Looks like they're waiting in a line that's starting to build up to be inspected. You see Alma standing there.
Oh, what's up, girl?
Oh, it's been such a long time. How have you guys been doing? And I see you have a new friend.
Yes, hello. My name is Red.
My name is Alma. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is mine. I like your skin.
I like yours too.
She holds her arm out to compare it.
She holds her hand out and like grabs your arm and like flips it over and like looks you closely. And down she's like, you are not all drow, but not human. Interesting.
Some say so.
Well, you guys beat us to it and already went through the checkpoint. Lucky you. What are your plans? Heading to Sardash?
We're in the process of, currently getting out of the previous town because of some of the triflings and trouble that we had to deal with. And still in the process of searching for Kali's master, as well as my own. There have been some word that Sardash has what we seek.
Huh. I have heard of your exploits in the other town.
I'm sure
Of
you have.
brave adventurers bringing down a slave ring.
Oh yes, that, yeah.
It's good she didn't hear about all the murder.
Relentless glares
Wow.
over at Giz.
She just kinda... I don't know why that's a blank one or who rolled that.
Who rolled that?
Yeah.
Fucking Aelin.
That wasn't me.
Always working in the shadows.
I legit don't know who rolled that.
Just
but
going around like stabbing people in the dark with like a prison shank so it does no damage.
Well,
Prison
I'm
shanks do a
sure.
lot of damage. Ask prisoners.
Well, I'm sure all those people deserved what came to them.
Well, I can assure you that strength +1 is not me. We can do process of elimination.
So, Jack,
Yes.
at this point, Red has shifted behind Olma. And since I do not know personal space boundaries, I started to play with her hair. Should I do like a dex check to see if I pull too hard?
Are you like...
It's forceful.
Well, I don't know if Dex is something she would be inclined to be. I would say it's probably a strength with her.
Okay. Oh, what lovely hair you have!
It is forceful, but she's into it.
You pull her head back a bit, and she leans back with it, and she's like, "Yes, it is, and I like it all in my skull. Please."
Oh, does this hurt? And I
Yes.
tug it again.
Ow!
Sorry. My hand is stuck. One more yank.
She turns around and looks at you with a scowl on her face. And she reaches up and puts her hand on your shoulder and then slowly caresses it up along your neck and then face and then puts it around behind the back of your hair and pulls it a little tight and like pulls you back. She's like, yes, you have lovely hair as well.
Ah, now we are friends.
And she lets go and brings her hands down to her side. And then looks back at Relentless and goes, so, Where is Hrothgar? I don't see him. And I believe the other one was Azir. And I do believe you had a 20-foot tall friend. I hope you didn't lose her.
Now, you know as well as I do, there's no way to lose something that large. But as far as the other two, they seem to have conflicts of interest.
What a pity. I really like those two.
You like my father?
Yes, I do. Wait, which one is your father?
The strong one.
Hrothgar.
Aye,
He-
yes.
You don't look like him.
Oh, well, I am adopted.
That makes sense.
Say you aren't perhaps missing a child?
I am not missing a child. I unfortunately have not had the pleasure of bearing my own yet. I am looking for a capable man. And she kind of like rubs her hands together a bit.
Oh,
But
let me
alas.
introduce you to my friend Geese. Geese, come here. There is a woman with lovely hair. She would love to meet you.
A girl
Yes, like me.
like
picks
you.
She picks you up. Yes, come.
Giz is no longer peach colored. He's now very red.
Before you return, Alma looks over at Relentless and goes, is there another new friend you've made?
Oh yeah, and
Oh.
he'd be great if you ran right up to him and gave him the big hug. It's kind of his way of saying hello.
I do not believe I am going to do that. As Red returns holding Giz.
You meet Giz for the first time, and you're like, "Wow, this is a red tiefling, isn't it?"
It's the smallest
He
game
is
on Earth.
a interesting color. How old do you look? Do you look like your age in the picture?
I look old, but I'm very young.
He is unfortunately too old for me. And short.
Hi,
Hello.
my name's Giz. Nice to meet you. He hasn't made eye contact at all at this point, by the way. He's
He
just
is not
sticking out
that
his hand.
short. I thought you down.
He is quite all right. And as you guys are talking, her cart starts to move up, and she goes, "But I'll possibly see you in Sardash in a few days, or wherever you may lead."
I would like that very much. And I run away.
Take
Oh,
care,
there he
Relentless.
goes.
And it was a pleasure meeting you, Red. Tell
I'm
your
gonna
father I
rip
said
out.
hello to you.
I'm gonna rip out one of the braids in my hair and hand it to you.
Alma will take it and look at you, slightly perplexed.
You said you liked it, so I give you some.
She'll take it and like put it into one of her pouches, and then she'll pull out one of her daggers and cut off a few strands of her own, not nearly as much as your dreads would, and hands it to you.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
I'm
And
gonna
if you
take
see
it
your
back over.
father,
Oh,
tell him I said hello.
I don't think I will see him for some time, but if I remember, I will show him your hair.
Thank you.
Geese, look what I got.
Good day,
It's
Relentless.
very nice, Red Wolf.
Do you want it to be like a necklace for you? I can twist it.
No,
Okay, maybe I make a bracelet for myself.
Aelin, are you guys inside the cart?
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
sitting in the back of the cart, moping.
All right, and you see her pass beyond into the gate.
Relentless, do you think maybe you will mate with that woman? She does not like the small men. Maybe she likes ones like you.
Post connection loss.
Dun dun dun.
To be
No.
continued.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. And he was never heard from again. So how was everybody's Thanksgiving?
Pretty good. No
The
natives
holiday.
attacked.
Yes, the holiday.
It was good. Drove around, ate some food, drove back home, passed out. Great way to stay in shape.
How do y'all do it down in Texas?
Pretty much the same. I don't like turkey though, but I like stuffing.
That's because turkey is a trash food. It literally is. The reason why people eat turkey on Thanksgiving is because it was cheap, because no one wanted to eat that shit for the rest of the year.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
I feel so educated now.
My favorite part of a turkey sandwich is
I mean, turkey, you can make turkey that's very good, but the problem is that we use old white people techniques, which means it has no flavor and it's chewy like rubber.
God.
I'm just saying, it's true.
I mean, he's not wrong though, because it does taste like that.
Emily and I can cook a turkey in 2 hours, and old white people are like, well, better put this in the oven for 12.
Or you could season it.
Yeah, or you can season it and
Who
take out the
seasons
backbone.
things?
Well, I just put a bunch of butter on it, and now it's fine.
Are we still on the air?
Yes. Yes, we
Good,
are.
I'm glad. I need people to know.
Well, people seem
White
to
people,
agree.
what's the matter?
It said ham is greater than turkey. I agree with that.
Is
Ham
salt
is
a
better than
seasoning?
turkey. So is literally every meat. Every meat is better than how white people make turkey.
She said, so what races do we have? Well, we have a Khajiit. They have wares. Then we have a
Khajiits
bird
have
person.
ways.
No, I think IRL, mostly white people.
Well, that was depressing.
There's a
Yeah,
hint
if you're
of
looking-
Asia in here.
You said that's so sad.
If you're looking for a diverse group of players. Sorry.
This
Yeah.
one's blander than vanilla ice cream.
Oh, but I love vanilla.
It's like, oh man,
You
it's come
would,
with chocolate
Whitey.
sprinkles? No, it's just regular old vanilla.
That vanilla bean. Yeah.
Toasted almond. Oh man, I had some toasted almond ice cream earlier. It's so good.
Almond joys, that's what I want.
But yeah, ham
Almond
is so much
joys.
better than turkey. Like like I agree with the after dinner, like after Thanksgiving, like leftover stuff that you can make. It's pretty awesome. But I'm gonna have to agree with Katie. Like stuffing, that stuff is just hitting.
Stuffing's where it's at.
And you get some
Yeah.
like mashed potatoes with some like sweet potatoes on top of that. Oh my god. And then you get sweet mashed potatoes. Oh my god.
It's true. The best part of Thanksgiving is the after Thanksgiving leftover sandwiches, because then you don't have to eat it with like your whole family watching you and scrutinizing you as you make it taste good with spices.
Isn't that your third plate? Well, isn't that your third marriage?
Oh my god, Inky. Jesus.
She said you guys need a Kenku that goes around accusing everyone of being racist while calling it racism and ditching their party when they get in trouble. Maybe that's why my party tries to kill me all the time. Yeah. No, but we have Arakakra. We have an elf. I
Half
don't-
elf.
Whatever.
At least learn my rate, please.
No.
At
you
least
lost
learn
that.
where my Rothgar is. Oh wait.
Oh my
You
gosh.
lost-
So I was watching How to Train Your Dragon this week.
What about if we were anything?
The dad sounds just like when you did the Hrothgar accent, like when you were
Yeah.
in character. And then I was watching Thumbelina, and the beetle in Thumbelina sounded exactly like Azir.
So you
That's
were
upsetting.
super depressed because you got rid of both.
I was so sad.
I'm more upset.
I watched them back to back too.
I'm more upset that somebody got paid for the atrocity that was my accent of no origin.
You should watch Thumbelina or just look up like the beetle scenes in Thumbelina. It sounds just like it.
Because I would bet money right now that if I asked you guys to tell me what country that accent was from, none of you would get what I was going for.
New Orleans.
That's actually not that far off.
Morocco?
That's actually even close. Wow, okay, maybe that was a... I'm glad we didn't put any money on that, because I don't have any to pay you guys. You're all, like, real close. Maybe it's better than it was in my head, because in my head it was pretty fucking awful.
Alright, I think you guys should be able to reconnect.
These some good chips.
Sensei's always racist to me. It's so rude.
Well, learn your place.
What's a half elf like me gonna do in this world?
My
That's a
favorite
good
thing is
question.
that Hrothgar had just overcome his racism.
He did. He
And then
really
pulled that
did.
stunt. And he was just
The
like,
problem
"What?"
was is like by that point I was so far into it I couldn't like renege on it. So I was
Dude.
like, I guess
It's
we're
okay.
just gonna see what happens.
It's just that his original opinions about you were right. That's all that is.
Hey, I was forced into this life, okay? Stop hating.
The elf life chose me.
You don't know my story. You don't know my life.
I'm just
You
saying.
don't know what I've been through.
All right,
I'm
Tyra.
just saying. Kenkus have a bad rap in Dungeons and Dragons. Meanwhile, every elf we meet is a backstabber. And it's just, they're fine.
It's funny because it's true.
Well, I think Olma's okay.
That we know of for now. We thought
Yeah.
Galen was okay until
I'm not gonna
hey,
lie to
I
you
paid
guys.
you money.
I got bits of her hair.
It's absolutely perfect that I changed characters recently because I have no memory of who this bitch is.
Well, she was gonna be your bride, but she turned you down. My bad.
That's fine.
Virgo, we could try stealing something and planting it on his character, but it's not going to bode too well for everybody involved. I knew names and I got put in the clink. So pretty much everything
You didn't
else.
get put in the clink.
Boy, don't you even start with me. I knew words and you put me in jail. Get out of here. You over here like, who taught you how to read? Damn cat.
I thought you were an outside cat.
Why are you wearing pants?
I didn't realize you were a house.
Oh my god. Instead of putting me in handcuffs, we're like, here, put on these kitten mittens. Keep you from scuffing up the furniture.
Does they actually make those? I might need some.
Oh my god, fucking.
This is episode D&D brought to you by Kitten Mittens.
They're mittens for your kittens. Oh my God,
that's
Inky.
funny.
He's like, don't you dare talk about my people.
No, so I built her like this mini tunnel fortress, and somehow she's managed to flip the whole thing sideways and like trap herself in one of the things.
Break your bounds, cat. Don't listen to the confines of society.
She's going crazy.
Alright, So everyone's just about connected, right?
Throw one of those fancy check thingies.
I'm just turning this whole thing because you're being a pain.
Boop. Oh yeah, that's fancy. That's a good check thingy.
I don't see it.
It's in the box.
My stuff is super slow.
Yeah, I don't know what they did recently for this update, but
Yeah, it was pretty big too.
that's what she said.
Oh.
So everyone's here.
Well, 3 people say they're not ready because they don't know how the new ready check works.
I had to keep clicking it because it wouldn't click.
It's like, all right, ready, check.
There.
So, what are you guys gonna do?
I don't know. I don't have a map.
At this rate, just assume we're gonna dick around for another 20 minutes.
We
Well,
recognize
what is
Alma.
there to do? Oh, we can go shopping.
Shopping.
Shopping episode.
Let's go to the mall. Oh my
Let's
god.
get some shoes.
Let's get some shoes. Oh my god, shoes.
You shoot it $300.
Jack, what street are we on?
They're still at the fortress.
Let's
You're
get
not at
them.
Sardash yet.
Should we just keep going? Well, how long is it till Sardash?
A few days travel.
Oh. I guess, should we stay here for the night and then go?
Nah, let's just keep going.
Do you have anyone to
Okay.
kill here, or
No, I have
I'm asking-
antagonized my entire, like, I would say my family, but I don't have a real family. I've antagonized the Master Assassin
Wait.
Man at this point.
Yes, do you think we can kill everybody?
We
is
just
that
throw
really
it
the
on
challenge?
people win.
I'm just waiting for you to be like, yes, I have some business in this town I must attend to.
Mhm.
That fucking
Just
face.
leave a note and slip away in silence.
I mean, if you're actually propositioning that in game,
No, keep going. We're going to Sardash.
Okay, so I've got the votes for Sardash then.
Yep, let's just skip right over this town. Sorry about that, Jack.
Oh, no, it's fine. I literally found this map and just was like, yeah, there's a fortress, whatever. So I wasn't even gonna put you on one, but I think, the audience has to see something.
We're just talking about prison rape in chat. No big deal.
I am glad I don't have your Twitch up.
I need to go put that up.
So you guys leave the fortress and head out onto the road. It's gonna take you about 3 days to get to Sardash. Is there anything you guys would like to do on the road?
yes. What would you need from me to try and trap an animal?
You want it to be alive or dead?
Alive.
Do you have a snare kit?
No, I don't.
Then
I have a bit of hair from Olma that I could fashion into a small lasso for perhaps a weasel or something. No, I don't really have any tools to do it.
You have a rope?
No. Somebody here might.
I have rope.
Of course you do.
All
Well,
the better to strangle you with, my dear.
Why are you like this, Daddy?
I think what I would do is
Give me a
during-
survival check.
I was gonna say during one of the rests I would use like a ration to lure one in.
Is there any
Uh,
kind of animal you're going for specifically?
yes. I would like to try to get a wolfie.
A wolf?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you gonna fashion it into a cloak?
No.
Oh, I was really excited.
I want it to be alive so that when I kill it.
Yeah, I would have said I would just try to kill a wolf if that's what I wanted. So, note to self: do not invite Aelin on this.
I just wanted to turn it into a fashionable item.
Ugh.
You know, when you're operating with Aelin, she's just gonna be like, "Well, is it sleeping? Can I
Why
stab
don't
it
you
while
go-
it's sleeping?"
Go talk to you if you want to murder indiscriminately.
Wait, I thought we were killing the wolf. Are we not killing the wolf?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Her name is Red Wolf.
Well, I
Sounds
thought
bloody.
if her name was Red Wolf, maybe she'd want some wolf-like clothing.
Wolf jerky. She names herself after the
And-
food she loves. Sorry, Jack.
And so, upon returning, do you see your snare? There is something in it.
Oh my god.
What's in there?
You're about 40 feet away. You can't really tell what's in it at the moment. Are you going to sneak up, or how are you going to approach it?
No, I'm not going to sneak, but I will just slowly approach it. And
Okay.
maybe I could do animal handling.
All right. You slowly begin to approach it. Give me an animal handling check. All right. You slowly begin to approach it with your hand kind of out, guarded a bit because you don't want to get bitten off. And it turns and looks at you, and it is indeed a wolf. It is a desert wolf. Tan and sandy colored, like the environment it is in.
Okay. Is it male or female?
You can't tell right now.
Alright. I'm going to sit cross legged with it and leave it in the snare until I can get it to calm down. But over the next 10 minutes, I can perform the ritual Speak with Animals. I'd like to try and do that.
Okay. 10 minutes goes by, and you can now speak with animals. It's not growling at you anymore, but it is staring at you on guard. And it looks to be maybe a little young, possibly an adult, you're not sure.
Okay. Would it be weird if I asked her its name? Or do they not probably have names? I don't know how the wolf culture works.
I don't think. I
Okay.
mean, who's to say animals name themselves?
Sure. Well, hello. I am also a wolf, but a little different than you. Now reach out and try to touch it.
It lowers its head as your hand comes in, and you slowly place your hand along the top of its head. Begin to caress and pet it, and it leans into your hand.
I'll feed it with the other hand while I whisper to it.
It begins eating out of your hand.
Yes. I just use the Speak with Animals for the next 10 minutes to try and get friendly with it. More so than I normally would with just the animal handling check.
All right. You don't need to check anymore. At least I don't think that's how that ability works.
And I'll use the snare, what's left of it, to kind of make like a slip for it. And I'll be able to maybe tether it to the cart.
All right. Give me a survival check for making that. You make it, but you know if the wolf tries and runs, it might just tear it apart and get away. But it seems to be calm enough and is still like smelling and licking your hand. And as you put it on and start bringing it back towards the camp you guys have made for the night. It seems to no resistance following you along.
Alright, before the speak with animals wears off, I will explain to it my intentions to keep it, feed it, and introduce it to my friends that are also in the cart.
I promise not to turn it into clothes.
It really
Don't make
perks
promises you can't keep, Ayla.
Damn it.
it really perks its head up at the feed it thing, and it's following you along. And you've now got a pet wolf.
Hey, Giz. Are you awake? Look at this wolf!
Oh my god!
Giz, there's a wolf about 6 inches from your face, panting and just looking at
What do you think I
smelling
screamed
in
oh my
the face.
god about? Red wolf?
I just assume you spill hot chocolate on yourself.
Do I know whether it's male or female at this point?
It
Okay.
is female.
Okay.
It's a girl now.
Red wolf, why are you a wolf?
I am not a wolf. This is a wolf. This is Sheba. She is our friend.
Hi, Sheba.
Yeah.
There you
I don't
go.
know how to make wolf noises, okay? Kill.
No, it's good.
I'm sorry, Jack. That was good. It's just really unexpected. All right. Okay, so Red Wolf, do you mind having Sheba back up slightly? I don't really like fangs that close to my throat.
What about my fangs?
Ah! Bright red again.
Okay. I'll pick up Sheba and we'll walk around to the other side of the cart.
All right.
I'm gonna follow them at a much greater distance than 6 inches.
You guys are in a safe place for the night. It's like a camping spot for caravans. There are guards and whatnot, so nobody's really staying up on duty, so you can be doing whatever you want.
I'll be going systematically through the group, exposing them to Sheba.
All right. You see Relentless. What are you doing?
I'm eating my chips.
Relentless seems to be eating some kind of thin potato next to a campfire.
I hold it out to see if it fries. I like them crispy.
It doesn't, because that's not how you make chips.
Yeah.
And how does it sound like
Aren't
this then?
chips already fried?
These are some crunchy potatoes.
You eat a really hot potato chip.
And it's very soggy, because that's not how you make chips.
Listen, you little man. Don't you have a wolf situation to worry about? Would you let me RP, alright? If I want to eat chips and I want to fry them twice, that's what I'm going to do.
Relentless. You see Red Wolf carrying a wolf walking towards you with a terrified Giz, kind of keeping his distance behind her.
You made a friend, did you?
Oh, yes. Her name is Sheba, and we are friends.
Well, she seems to be a regular member of the party. She didn't try to eat Giz yet.
Oh, do you all wish to eat him?
Relentless's eyebrow kind of like goes up and just kind of looks at Giz with a smirk on his face.
Red looks genuinely confused.
I don't know, Giz. Are my chips crunchy?
You hear Giz very, very lightly say, I didn't want to have to make another character so soon.
So is he people or food? I need to know.
I don't know. Is it Giz?
Oh my god.
Giz just goes, ah, and runs away again. Because I will not admit that that's how you make chips.
It is okay, Shiba, but don't eat little kids. I like him.
Off in the distance, you just hear again.
I like this little guy.
Giz Soul his own shadow.
Does that mean we have 6 more weeks of winter?
It means that I don't know how I'm gonna play this character in
6 more
combat.
weeks of
This
this
cowardly as
character.
he is.
Oh man. Relentless is gonna walk up and pet the new Shiba.
What is it that you're eating?
These are chips.
Can I have one?
Sure. And he hands
Take
over
that.
some of it.
Eva is sniffing your hand and trying to lick the salt off your palm from the chips.
They're really good.
I put a hand on her head and push her down and away. It's important to establish dominance. You eat after me. Got it? And then I eat the chip. It's salty. I don't like this one. I give the rest to Shiva.
Mm.
How can you eat that here in the desert?
Yeah.
You'll be dehydrated in no time.
I have plenty of water.
Where is this water? I do not see it. She looks all over your body.
It's right here. And I whip out the water skin
Ah,
and I dump it all over my body. Just real quick. Get a nice douse on the fur coat. And then shake it off like a dog.
well, you seem to be at one with your animal nature.
Kind of have to be able to move like I move and be as big as I am. Sometimes the primal fury comes out. It's the only way you can survive.
I too know of these primal furies. And she's touching a small, like whittled carving of a wolf that hangs around her neck, like a totem. That is how I am connected to this one so well.
Sorry, I
Have
had
you
to add an
ever-
item to my inventory.
Okay.
Was the item a bag of chips?
No, it's just potato chips in all caps and an exclamation point. Learn about it.
Relentless, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How long did you know my father?
Not very long, but long enough to know that he was a very good man.
Well, you must be most formidable to have survived him as long as you did. Most friends he makes end up dead.
He has a way about him, but he always kept business above everything else. So
Yes, I call it stubborn.
not nearly as stubborn as you think. I mean, he really loved his brew.
That's all he thought about. He was obsessed.
Yeah,
He did not know how to have fun.
I think his definition of fun was just out of normal scope. Because I've seen the huge grin on his face when he was covered in blood from smashing some bandits' faces in. And he seemed to be having tons of fun.
Yes, that is true. But I did not like that side of him.
Like it or not, unfortunately, that's how we had to get things done. But I could see being his daughter that might not be the part that you enjoyed the most.
It's okay. He's off doing his own thing now. And I'm here with you. And we are going to have fun, yes?
We're already having fun.
That is true.
You made a little friend in Giz, and you made a new pet wolf, and we're all here, and we're together, and we're spending time, and you got to eat some chips.
I did not like that, and you know that. But the rest was nice.
You still tried it. Trying new stuff is fun.
Oh, yes, I like new things. Where are we going? Zardash?
Sardash.
I have not been to this place. Is this big one? Lots of people?
Mm-hmm. One of the biggest.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna have a nice welcoming party when we get there. Let's hope not.
I like party.
Not that kind of party, Red Wolf.
Oh.
It's kind of
Well.
I don't know how to explain sarcasm to Red Wolf. Uh, I'll give you thumbs up or thumbs down if it's a good kind of party.
Okay.
And Relentless is just gonna give her a couple pats on the back and then go check back with the rest of the group.
She's just gonna stay at the fire and pet Shiva.
All right, you, Aylin, what are you doing?
I'm probably just hanging out and eating.
At the fire?
Yeah, and watching all this nonsense.
You?
You is very confused at the new wolf and is trying to wonder if it's going to eat him.
Oh yeah, because you're a small person too.
Yes, also I'm a bird, and that's a wolf. I already have giant cats.
Things aren't looking good for our hero.
You guys look across from the fire as Ayla and you come sitting down with food. They seem to have been kind of watching what you guys were doing. And Agalia is sat down by the fire as well, and she's playing with her weasel in her lap, or ferret, or whatever she told me it was. I think it's a ferret.
I have to restart my fantasy grounds.
You with the feathers, what is your name?
I am you.
You're not me.
No, I am you.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am you.
I did not catch your meaning.
I'm gonna perk up and say, no, his name is you. Why you?
Ah, so you are a trickster.
I am no trickster, I am you.
No, you are not. She's getting upset. I am me. This is Sheba. And Sheba is very hungry.
You can just call him the bird person or birdman like I do. If it confuses you too much.
You looks to Sheba and says, "Hello, Sheba. I am you."
Oh. She's just rubbing her temples, trying to understand.
Shiva seems to be excited about the situation, mainly staring up at your face and then down at your food, and then up at your face and then down at your food. Same with you, Aylin.
I'll throw out a couple scraps from the food I'm eating. I like
Shiva
wolves.
is now trying to get out of your arms, Red Wolf.
I will
Yeah.
let her go get the scraps. Aelin, you like wolves? You said that in character?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that is fascinating. I too like wolves.
Makes sense since that's your namesake.
Oh yes, I suppose it does. I am named for my hair and my real father. He is the Desert Wolf, a very powerful orc. Have you heard this name?
I have indeed heard of this before.
Oh, not many people this far south have heard of the Endless Waste. That is where his domain is.
My home's up north as well, so I've heard a thing or two.
Where do you live?
You wouldn't know it by name, but it's pretty far away from here.
Do you wish to
Aelin.
go home?
Yeah? What's up?
Your
have to pick-
kingdom was around, I believe, this area here.
Where that purple is?
All, yeah. When,
Like super, super, super far north.
when Baphomet came and started his war 15 years ago, he destroyed your city. And your parents made sure you escaped. But there is nothing left. The city is said to be completely gone.
That day.
And I believe that was Laterum, Justin?
Oh, Latera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not just a murderous killer. I have backstory too, guys.
Yeah, it's a story full of a bunch of knives. All you do is stab people in the back.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
So,
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
you wish to go home?
I wish I could, but I don't think there's much left anymore.
Oh, is it like where I am from, the Endless Waste? Not much around?
Yes. Not much around at all.
Well, that is okay. There are plenty of tribes that wander, and they make quite a living for themselves. It is not so bad.
Well, I think we've got our own little tribe here now. So I think I'll stick around for a while and see how it works out.
Ah, so this is your new family.
It is indeed.
Oh, then, am I a daughter or a sister?
Well, I would say daughter since Frothgar was one of our original members.
And also I am his daughter. That makes sense. So you will be like a mother to me?
Let's say sisters on that front. I'm not ready to be anyone's mom.
Okay, no pressure. I don't know who my mother is. Rodgo never told me. I don't think he knew who she was. But I think if I find my real father, I may find her as well.
Is that what you're looking for, your real father?
Yes. Rodgo did not approve, so I left him.
Well, maybe we'll find some clues in Sardash.
Do you think so? Her eyes light up.
Who knows? It just depends on asking the right people from what I've found, and you can find out just about anything.
And you know these right people? In Zadash you can find?
I'll help you look.
Uh,
I
Yeah,
don't
good
have much
sister.
else to do right now. And then I'm going to look down sadly because I know that I've just like totally betrayed my contract.
If you are sad, you can pet Shiva. She will not bite.
And I'll, still looking sad, start sadly petting this wolf.
That's better.
Much better, thank you. And I'll just quietly sit there petting the wolf.
All right. Is everyone done for the night?
Yes.
And you're ready to get on to traveling the next day?
Giz actually had a heart attack.
Okay.
Was it fatal?
R.I.P.
No,
Giz.
he's fine with it now.
It's okay. It was just a small one.
Mm-hmm. Just third one since he met this party.
He's a triple bypass, and he's like 10 years old. Good old Giz.
All right, you guys. Who the fuck is doing that?
Oh God.
What's happening?
I don't know. Someone just rolled attack, and it doesn't have a picture.
It's gotta be Aelin.
My thing is messing up, so it may be me, but not on
Well,
purpose.
I mean, the ability is called Backstabber, so...
Oh my god!
Naturally.
Oh.
Y'all are so mean! Can a person, turn their life around?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that.
Secret characters. Do 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 do.
It's all a conspiracy.
All right, so you guys hit the road in the morning. You spend the next few days heading to Sodash, Red Wolf training her new companion along the road. Everybody give me perception checks.
Perception check. Oh my god, my fantasy grounds is not working. Again.
Well, was it you who tried to roll something earlier as a backstabber?
No, I haven't done anything, but it keeps crashing. And it has like this window of like red, like...
Did you get the update?
Yeah, I did.
Check the update again.
Okay.
I'd say mine was acting super weird when I first loaded it. Like it was acting really slow and stuff, and then it kind of sped up. But I don't know if that's the same issue she's having.
Let me see.
I rolled your perception for you, and I'm sorry because it was low. It was a 4 total.
Poor K.
So, as you guys travel for the next few days, you hear some talk here and there. The one all of you hear is that there is a group of people that seem to be heading east, northeast-ish, and they're traveling with a frost giant. It's pretty much the talk of everything. You, Relentless, you guys pick up on some more talk about apparently not too many people are being allowed to travel south at this time because of some issues, possibly with hill giants. Well, definitely with hill giants is what you hear. But some people are like, no, that's BS, and others are like, it's totally true. But relentless.
Yes.
With some mild questioning, you hear of a woman, two women, and a dwarf who are traveling east.
A dwarf, you say? Ask them what if they remember what they look like.
They say it was kind of hard to tell. They were all wearing cloaks because of the sand, but one of them seemed to have their entire face wrapped up. Couldn't understand how they see anything. Had her eyes covered and everything. And the other one kept her face pretty well hidden. And Dwarf had this big beard, didn't really talk much. And they all kept to themselves and just traveled along.
Hmm. Okay. Seems east is the way that we go.
Is this the way to Sodash?
Mm-hmm.
Okay then, let's go.
Relentless is gonna go back with the group and see if everybody's up and ready to go. CDCing
Hello
again.
there. I'm here.
Okay.
And you guys wake up, you're fewish hours away.
It won't be long now.
I'm gonna see if this actually decides to work now.
And you guys arrive in the city of Sardash, entering through the west gate.
Yay, we finally made it. I don't like traveling on the road.
So you approach the west gate. They look you up and down. Oh, and damn it, I wish I had my notes up earlier because they closed when I DC'd and I forgot to reopen them. Giz,
Yeah.
you are currently handling all the paperwork for traveling for your group, and you are handed paperwork from the guards. So when you approach this gate, the guards request said paperwork.
I give it to him.
They look it over. All right. Enjoy your stay in Sardash.
It's better than all right. It's damn near perfect, and you know it. I give him my card.
He takes it confused. He's like, sure. What does this card look like?
It's just a business card. It's got a picture of a bunch of gears on it, weirdly, for no apparent reason. And it just says Gizzle Esquire.
He just nods and pockets it.
Give that to anyone you arrest. Make sure they get one of those cards.
Sure thing.
Thanks. Doing a great job, man.
Positive
Alright.
reinforcement.
By the way,
You
what
guys,
street are we on?
West Street.
That's a good
It's a
street.
giant. It's like the whole. You see the whole street. Is he just points the whole way down into, as it seems to curve slightly around your site.
Hey, do you know of any inns in this town that allow wolves?
The Adventurers Guild and the Barns.
Oh, good. We should go to the barns, guys. They'll probably allow the big cat in there, too.
I'm allowed wherever I go.
Yes, sir. Off we go.
Wow, that is a picture. I don't even know what to say to that besides I'm sorry.
I feel like I might have to uninstall and reinstall this thing.
All
That
I'm
is
saying is that
crazy.
I think it's perfectly fine with that yellow block there.
So please continue without me for a bit. It won't even load in anything. Look, it won't let me click on anything. It's completely frozen.
I would say
Uninstall and
just,
reinstall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either that or just throw the laptop away. That's the other option.
Geez. What was
Yeah.
the little trinket you were giving that man?
Oh, it's a business card. It's so any clients know to talk to me if they need help with their legal troubles.
Was it like a magic scroll with a curse? It makes you talk to them?
Kind of.
Can I have one?
Yeah, here you go. Make sure you give it to any bad guys you meet.
Okay. What is the command word?
The command word is... Help! I've been arrested and need representation!
Call the Sevens.
That seems like a lot of words, but I'll try and remember.
But you have to make sure I'm within earshot. Otherwise it won't work.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, that is okay because you have big ears. She'll pinch on your ears and tug it a little.
He's red again.
Did I hit you?
No!
Good. I did not want to hurt you.
He snuggles up next to you a little bit.
She plops the wolf down between her legs so that we can all be warm.
He's still wary of the wolf, but I think he's getting a little bit of side boob right now, so he's cool with it.
What did it say on the card? So I'm making an item.
It says Gizit, Esquire, and then criminal defense lawyer. I'll just do that. I don't know what lawyers' business cards look like. I've never
Okay.
needed one.
What's the name on it? Something Esquire? Gizzle?
Gizit.
Gizzit. How do you spell that?
Gizzit. That's my guy's full name.
Got it.
We don't have last names in Ravnica. Or at least Gizit doesn't have a last name that he wants to use.
She's holding up the business card daintily between her massive hands and just like holding it with reverence, looking at it as she rotates it, like looking for how the spell works or how the magic is infused into it.
I should let you know that that's not actually magical.
Anything from you is probably magical. Are you not a wizard? She put the inner cleavage.
Nosebleeds.
Oh my god, my ears.
I'm done. Go to someone else. I'm done.
Suffering
So
from
where are you
goddamn
guys heading?
nosebleeds. Well, Relentless is pretty much going to just be asking around if they've seen the two women and the dwarf.
All right. Well, you're gonna do that. What? Giz, Relentless, you, Aelin. What are you guys doing?
Oh, that was Relentless.
All right. I didn't mean to say your name. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
What's everyone else doing?
Giz is trying to get his nosebleed to stop.
I'm doing something that's gonna pass the time while I'm still trying to load Fantasy Grounds again.
All right. You.
You is going to go hunting for information to try to find out more about the Rod of Seven Parts. We're looking.
All right.
Library? Is there a library?
Yes, there is.
Let us go to the library and see if we can hunt down some lore and treasure hunters seeking artifacts. Is there anyone in this library?
There is. Giz, what are you doing? And Red
Giz?
Wolf.
I think Giz is kind of just following around Red Wolf and probably talking to her a bit because Giz knows big cities very well. He's a city boy. So I imagine he's sticking around with Red Wolf because she is a big orc with a wolf that doesn't seem to have a lot of experience in cities.
These are true statements.
You
Sorry.
do notice, Red Wolf, that in any normal cities, if you've been to any, you get stares. You're not getting looked at here. Nobody seems to pay you no mind.
Okay. That is unusual. The city is so big, no one seems to pay attention to anyone else. How can it thrive?
Oh, that is true of many big cities. If you think this city is big, you should see my home someday. It's twice this size.
Oh, May, that sounds very big.
It is really big. Kind of sucks.
So you admit that the bigger the city, then it's not so good?
A lot of times it doesn't really matter how big the city is. It matters the people that are in it.
Also, your home is full of nice little men like you. And it is not so bad.
No. No.
No?
I wouldn't say that. I would say that the reason why I had to leave is because they're not like me at all.
Oh. Are
But
they
that's
very
neither
big?
here nor there. Is there anything in particular you want to see, Red Wolf?
Oh. I want to see all of the things. There is so much to take in.
Let's go wander.
Okay.
And off we go down the street.
Is it okay if I bring Sheba, or should she stay in the cart?
I think
The
you
car?
can bring her.
Aelin and Agalia tell you that they're going to go check in with the Adventurers Guild, and they'll park the cart there.
Okay. I trust Aelin as my new sister to see that Sheba gets put in a safe spot at the guild.
We are sisters. We stand together.
Yeah.
That Aelin seems like such a nice lady.
Yes. If only I could have just a bit of her hair. I don't know which to be as forceful as I was with the other one. But I think in time she will give it willingly, yeah?
I think maybe if you ask her nicely, And assure her it's not for some weird evil ritual. She'll probably give it to you.
So I should trick her.
That's not what I said.
You're very clever, little gnome. I will
That's not
trick
what I
her.
said.
All right. Well, you two discuss attempting to get Aylin's hair. You arrive at the library, and there does seem to be a woman behind a desk taking care of things.
Hello, librarian. I am you. I am looking for books on artifacts.
How are you now? What kind of artifacts are you looking for? Where is your shield, by the way?
My shield is in my bag.
Okay.
Kind of learned my lesson from last time.
Yeah, so nobody can see it.
Exactly.
All right. What kind of artifact are you looking for? We have several stories on artifacts.
I'm looking for broken artifacts in pieces and where one might find them. What books do you have for someone seeking artifacts?
Follow me. She takes you to a section. She goes, these two aisles here are mainly on artifacts. We only have them done by author name. And, well, you'll have to read the titles to figure out what most of them are about or skim through the beginning.
And where is your section on the many races?
On races?
You know, the gnomes, the elves, all of those.
Well,
The
we do
races
have
of that.
some books written about the races, but not too many on studies of races. And they are, and she points over into a section that seems, everything's numbered. And she's like, there are some books over there about the races. Most of them are stories of boasting of their own kind.
Thank you, librarian.
If you need anything, always ask. And she turns and walks away.
I would like to scour this aisle of books for anything on the rod. Anything I can do perception?
Do investigation. Because you are investigating this. Alright, you don't see anything that specifically mentions the rod in the title or anything, but you do see a few names that perk your interest. And you grab a couple of books off the shelves, and you begin scouring through them. This is going to take up most of your day, all of your day. And
my intention here is to look for anything that appears relevant and then shove it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
I'm looking for anything in artifacts, and then I will continue to races, looking for Aarakocra stuff. And
all right. You scour through, and you do find one book that mentions the rod of it mentions a rod broken into 7 pieces scattered across the planes of existence. It is believed that one of these pieces is in Faerun, but the author does not know where. And Faerun is a relatively large continent.
Does the author mention any knowledge of a leap? Or is this author still alive? Would I know that? I could ask the librarian, actually.
The book looks pretty old. You're not sure about that. The lead he references to is that there was a lost civilization that is said to have contained a piece before it fell some thousands years ago. And it was in a vast mountain range. And unfortunately, he had not found it by the time he wrote this book. But he does remark that he's still looking.
I'll move to the Isle of Races and see if anything is by the same author.
Give me a perception check.
Not quite sure.
You don't see his name.
Anything similar to Lost Civilizations of Faerun?
You ask the librarian, and she mentions there's quite a few books on old cities that have seemed to have disappeared as time has gone by. And she pulls out and hands you a few books. And you begin to read. And read.
And
And
we'll
then
continue with
finally, you see something that mentions a lost civilization that was said to have fallen to a powerful object. And it is in the Sunset Mountains.
Do you have
And
the map
that's-
readily available?
You want to see Faerun? There you go. All right, that's how you spend your day. Relentless. You're by yourself. What are
Okay.
you doing?
Did I get any information on where I may, and if anyone's seen the door from the two ladies?
Give me a insight check. You ask around a few people about it, and somebody finally says that he thinks he saw them uh, in at one of the hotels in the southern end of the city.
Okay.
That he saw these three people in cloaks, and there was an incredibly short one.
Okay. Well, I head there, or I start heading in that direction, but I try to be a little bit stealthy about it, so I'm not like walking right up, but like, hey, I found you guys. You know what I mean?
Give me a stealth check.
Okay. Stealth. I don't think I get much stealthier than that.
All right. Give me just a second, because I forgot the name of this map. as you walk down the streets, being relatively clean and quiet, you see a short man of stocky stature walk into a bar right next, pretty close to the inn that you believe you're looking for. You see him go inside. You get that map I sent you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have it up now.
All right. When you arrive and you open the doors to walk in, it seems to be mildly crowded, probably about 30 or so people in there. Most of them seem to be sitting pretty close to the guy playing on the piano. There's some music, so everybody's listening in. A few people sitting at the bars.
Okay.
And give me a perception check. You do see in the corner of the room a short dwarf sitting drinking alone.
And I don't see any of the others.
You don't see anybody else with him. He seems to be alone.
Alright. Is my stealth still gonna carry over if I want to sit in the bar?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna move in. And I'm just gonna kind of move over to this, close to the music stage, and sit, but still kind of keep my eye on him.
All right. 5 minutes pass. He orders some food. His food comes, and he begins to eat.
Pretty much gonna wait for him to leave, and then go to follow him.
All right. He finishes eating, and quite some time passes. And eventually he does get up and leave. Are you going to follow him?
Mm-hmm. And like to cast Pass Without a Trace. This would be the time to use that, right?
Yes, it would. It would add 10 to your stealth rolls. Because you're going to have to roll another one. Are you following him through the town?
Yeah.
All right. Give me another stealth check. It's 25. All right. He seems to be walking around. He stops at a few locations. About an hour and a half or so seems to go by. You do notice your spell begins to fade, and he returns to the inn and he goes inside.
Alright, I'm gonna follow him again.
All right, you're going inside.
Yep.
All right. You enter inside and you notice him heading up some steps. But as you enter and you're walking about, the girl attending the counter is like, "Sir, how can I help you? Would you
Mm,
like a room at a fabulous inn?"
sure. How much are rooms here?
They are 4 gold a night.
Hmm. Do you mind if I just go up and check them out?
I do. I can't have people walking around upstairs that are not guests.
Well, then consider me a guest. And he tosses her 4 gold.
Excellent. And she hands you a key to a room that seems to be up on the second floor.
And I start making my way upstairs, still following the dwarf.
All right. You see him go past the second floor and up to the fourth floor, the top floor. And you see him unlock his room and walk inside.
Alright, I'd like to get up next to the door and just kind of put my ear to the door.
All right, give me another stealth check. All right. You get up to the door, and you can hear some footsteps walking around inside.
Just one set of footsteps?
Just one set of footsteps. And then you hear them walking back towards the door.
I'm gonna move away from the door and kind of shroud myself.
All right, so you hop back away from the door and duck back down the stairs. And you hear the door open. And you hear a little kind of gristled away, and there's the, huh. And then you hear the door close.
Hmm. So does he walk away from the door?
Yeah, he closes the door, and you can, there's some other people in the rooms nearby, and you hear some movement, but you're pretty sure he's walked away from his door.
Alright, I'd like to go inside his room.
All right, you approach the door. It is unlocked.
Alright. Stealthily go inside.
He's in there.
Oh, he's in there?
Yeah, he didn't leave. He just opened the door, looked out the hall, and then
Oh,
walked
okay.
back inside.
Hmm. I'm kinda at a loss. Um, I doubt I'm strong enough to fight him.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
I muted myself while I was talking.
Yeah.
You feel a hand on your shoulder. And as you go to turn around and open your mouth, you feel a finger come to your mouth. And you turn around and it's Callie.
What?
And she's just, shh. Can't know you're here. What are you doing?
He's just gonna say, looking for you.
Well, it's so good to see you. And she gives you a big hug. So good to see you. I'm glad you never gave up on looking for me.
He didn't exactly leave on the greatest of terms. I mean,
Yes, Master, he really wanted me to come along, apparently. What are you doing here? Still chasing him, I guess, because he took me away.
mm-hmm. It's the only reason I'm here.
Well, we're in Sardash because he believes in the artifact. You remember the one he stole from home? He believes there's another piece under the city, in the sewers. Buried long ago, when the city was first made.
So what does he need you for?
I am his student. He is my pupil. He wishes to keep training, and he has made me stronger. But it's good to stay by his side. He maybe doesn't trust me fully, but with me by his side, I learn things, and I can now tell you those things to you.
Well, do you wish to stay with him?
I have to stay with him, relentless. If I disappear or run away, he'll track me down again. Or find you. And plus, with me by his side, hopefully I can stop anything wrongdoing he does before he does it.
Relentless just kind of ponders the thought of not actually having like all the work that he's done to come and save Callie, but she's kind of stuck in this scenario.
Relentless, there are more important things than me being trapped. The artifacts. I don't know if what he believes they'll do would really happen, but they are real. They have power, and they were scattered into several pieces long ago. He believes one is under this city, and I believe him. He's been trying to gain information on ways to enter the sewer system. You have to find it before he does. And then leave.
Relentless is just kind of nod. Have you heard anything about regarding my master?
No, I asked, but he refused to answer, and I have not seen him. Have you seen the others who are actually sent out on the task we are, and she giggles, currently doing better than them, I'd say?
Yes. I've heard mention of two, I've not seen them. And then I give her the names of the two monks that were outside after the fight pits.
Oh, that is good. If we have them by our side, I believe all of us could take him down. But he is stronger than even I believe.
Well, it's good to know that you're actually okay. And he hasn't hurt you, has he?
No, only in training, but never with intent. As long as he truly believes I'm on his side helping, I can get the information I want. The only trouble we'll have is giving that information to you somehow.
Do I still have the sending stones?
You do.
I want to give her one of those sending stones.
What is this? Is this that weird rock Ravis, or what's her name, gave to you?
Mm-hmm. And I'd give her a demo of how to use it.
I will keep this a secret from him. He will not know I have this. Thank you. And I must hurry back to his room. He is expecting.
I understand. Thank you, Kali. I'm glad to know you're safe.
Relentless. The sewers. He is trying to find somebody who can get him access down there. Try to beat him to it before we do. And she walks past you, softly and quietly.
Relentless takes this new information and makes a stealthy yet swift getaway out of the inn.
All right?
Tossing the key back onto the counter and just kind of winking at the innkeeper.
Oh, the room not to your liking. Unfortunate. And she gives you back your gold.
Give me back my gold.
Have a good day, and hopefully next time.
Just not for what I needed at the time. You have a nice place here. I'm sure I'll visit here soon.
I hope to see you again. And you head out. It's a little late into the day-ish now. Where are you gonna go? Or well, hang on. Red Wolf, Giz, are you guys still wandering the streets arguing about how to tame Aylin's hair?
I'm sure that conversation petered out.
Okay.
Yeah, especially because Giz was not comfortable with it. But we are still wandering the streets.
All right, you guys have wandered around in circles for a while and have ended up in the merchant's district. So, there's a lot of signs up there, weapons shops, armor shops, all kinds of things, pet stores, flowers, just anything you guys can name. It's probably there. But you do see in the center of the street two people arguing. It looks to be.
I was going to ask, can we hear what they're arguing about?
Okay. As you're looking out, and you see, oopsie, you see a dwarf with a massive beard and some coins and jewelry hanging off of it, looking at an elf, and the dwarf is going, I make the best weapons in town. Nothing you make for an elf will ever compare to dwarven works of iron and steel. And you see across from him an elf, probably a high, with a young girl holding on to his arm, and he's like, Orcs, orc, dwarf designs and weapons are so heavy, so cumbersome. Only brawny morons such as yourself can wield such unruly weapons. I make the finest designs and grace. And the little girl smiles and goes, Daddy makes the greatest weapons in all of Sardash. He's like, thank you, honey. And their argument seems to continue. And there's a few people gathering around, a few look like adventuring types, just going, so, yeah, which blacksmith should we go to? What's it, you know. So, what are you guys doing?
Oh, geez, look, there's a local dispute. How colorful. Let us go and see if we can help, huh?
If you want to, Red Wolf.
Absolutely. I'm going to take you by the arm and drag you up at my stride. And when I get up there, I'm going to remove Buttercup, the great axe that I took from Olgot Gormain, the dwarf,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I assume, of dwarven design.
It is of Drogar design.
Yes. Great dwarfs. So I slam the axe down in between the two of them into the dirt.
They
And
both turn and look at you, and he's just like, oh, what is this? Such a horrifyingly ugly weapon.
sometimes the beauty is not skin deep. The utility of this weapon has killed many people. And I am the wielder. I am no dwarf, but it is of a dwarven design. So what say you to that, elf?
He looks you up and down. It looks like you've lost your cult. It looks like you've lost your culture in your travels. How disgraceful.
I don't really like your tone there.
He walks over and with one hand picks up the axe and spins it around, and he's just looking at it, and he goes, so heavy, so brutish.
All right.
Design I'm not quite familiar with. But look at this. Can't even wield it properly. It's too heavy. A lady like yourself, I could make you a true great axe. You could swing it almost with one hand. It'd fly through the air.
You know,
Faster,
gentlemen, I do have an
stronger.
idea. You
Say
guys
it
are
quickly.
talking a lot about these axes and things. I have an idea. My name's Gizit. I'm a professional litigator, and I also am a clan member of the city of Ravnica, which I'm sure you guys have heard of, considering most of the great crafting guilds are located there.
They both like look at each other and then look back at you. What at the same time? What's Ravnica?
It's literally a city.
It is not
Whatever.
on this planet. You are literally from a different world.
Yeah, but I figured they would know about it. I mean, it's in the books. But anyway.
I don't know what planet Ravnica is located on, but I knew people from Ravnica and Faerun seem to slip back and forth, but unfortunately these two haven't heard.
It's a plane. Ravnica's on its own plane. So it's like it's a parallel plane to this one, but travel between the two is possible.
All right. They just haven't heard of it. Ravnica.
Well, what I suggest here is that we get a couple of these fine people to be as judges here. If you want to make this an actual bet, I am technically a notary, so I could notarize a document, and you could both go and make a great axe for Red Wolf here. She'll swing it around against a dummy, and then our judges will determine which of you is the better blacksmith.
Just a one weapon competition.
If you want to make more, go ahead.
I
How
like
about we
that.
make it? How about we make it
We'll
for
each
a
make-
war axe, a war hammer, and Red Wolf? What other weapons do you like?
I like really big swords.
And a great sword.
They eye each other, and then the dwarf goes, let's do a two-handed, a one-handed, and a small weapon. How's that?
That works out well for me. Do you guys want to make this an official contest?
Who are gonna be the judges then? You two?
No, not
And
us
then-
two. We're not biased, and we're not unbiased in this. We're gonna have to pull some random people out of the crowd that know neither of you.
You see a few adventurers immediately walk up and go, "We'll judge your weapons. We'll judge them." Like 6 come walking up immediately. We'll judge. Yeah, they all seem to be battle-worn adventurers.
How about Mr. Elf? You pick one judge. Mr. Dwarf, you pick one judge, and I'll pick the last judge. That way we know that we're not picking biased people.
And he like looks over and he points to a half-elf looking guy. It's like, "You'll do," and he bows and he's like, "Thank you, kind sir." And the dwarf's looking around and he's like, "You." And you see him point back to somebody who's not even like standing up there wanting to be a judge. And he comes stepping out and he's like, "Me? Okay." And you see this giant Goliath come walking forward. He's like, "I like weapons."
Oh, this is one he's going to know, which is the best, I am sure of it.
You see assortment of humans, a couple of elves actually, a few half elves, a few halflings. The crowd has gathered. Some full blood orcs and some half orcs as well.
And I pick the final judge, which will be Red Wolf herself.
Oh my, this is so sudden.
Fine.
Well, I figured one of the judges should have handled the weapons, probably.
I also have an idea. I have here a maul of warning given to me by my father. And I have this great axe from my captor. Maybe you could disassemble these things and use them in your crafts, and then you might make them better. See who can make a good weapon out of already a good weapon. Yeah? That is
The
the true
dwarf
skill of a
picks up
blacksmith.
the great axe and looks at it, and he's like, "I've seen these designs. Droga.
Yes, he also are.
I guess I'll see what I can do with this." And the elf walks over and takes the ball, and he's like, "Simple. Yes. These will be extras we do. The main weapons we make will be from scratch."
I only ask Mr. Elf that the magic that is inside that maul, if you could be transferred into whatever you make, that would be good.
Oh, trust me. I am that good.
Oh, I believe it. Elves are very magical, yeah?
Oh, yes.
I am part drow, so I know these things.
He like raises an eyebrow and he's like, "What's the other half? What's the other half?"
Orc! And she flicks one of her little fangs, or tusks.
He raises an eyebrow quite high at that, and he's like, "That you should not tell others outside cities. They may kill you on sight." And you see like a few of the actual full-blooded elves and orcs are like eyeing each other here, because like you can get the fact that tensions between them are there. What city has walls? And when they hear that, they're both just like looking at you, of the few that are there. Like, okay, that's new.
But if
He's like,
nothing
"All
else,
right."
I am an example of how these races can work together. Whether they wish to do that now is not up for debate, I see, but it is possible.
A future possible, I guess.
Very good, now get to work.
All right, and real quick before you guys run off, let me draw up the contract here. What are you guys putting up for bet? Are we just betting for the title of the best blacksmith, or did you want to put anything actually down? Put your money where your mouth is, so to speak.
Best blacksmith in Sawdash. I agree, and I'll have that title.
What about you, Mr. Else? Do you want to raise the stakes at all, or just words good enough for you?
Our weapons will speak for themselves.
All right, well, let me write up this contract, and I write up a contract using my scribe skills that I have, and I use my calligraphy tools if you want me to have to make a roll for it, Jack.
Yes.
Okay. Let me read this brand new character. So let me, real quick, I know I get a bonus to it.
You get your proficiency bonus to it.
Well, I also get, I'm a gifted scribe, so I get another bonus as well.
All right.
One of these tools, you can roll one intuition.
I don't know how long it takes to smith a real weapon. I'm going to assume quite some time. But we're going to do a week. So they have 10 days. Well, they have 7 days to make these weapons.
Okay. And I put my weapons into the party chat for you then, since I won't have access to them.
All right, they're going to sit there.
A 4.
Sure, that's fine.
Get efficiency bonus, which at my level should be 2, I do believe. Yep, no, plus 3 actually now. D20 plus that 4, so that means I roll a D20 plus 7. Ooh, it wasn't very good, so it's looking a little sloppy. Not that sloppy because of my plus 7.
It's a legal document. It has their names on it. It's very basic and rudimentary.
I do want to say, Jack, that in the contract, if they read over it carefully in the fine print at the bottom, it says all weapons put up for this challenge are forfeit to the host of this challenge, Mr. Gizzet.
They both see that and tell you no. Take that out of the contract before they sign.
Well, you can't expect me to use my notary services for free now, do you?
And
also, you are using materials granted by Miss Red Wolf.
She'll get those materials back and we'll pay you when the competition's over.
Maybe I could just choose the weapon I like best and keep that from this competition?
They look at each other. Fair enough.
That seems like a good compromise, and I changed the document to say that. I tried.
All right.
We should have rolled persuasion on keeping all the weapons. Damn.
That was a nice little sneaky trick, by the way.
Yeah, if I'd have thought about it, we'd have rolled persuasion for that. Damn it.
Do you have an inspiration?
It's too late.
No, I meant, like, could he earn one for trying that?
Yeah, why not? Take an inspiration.
I get something.
All right, Aelin. You're at the Adventurers Guild. You've tied up the cart. Agalia is following you around with her ash cane. Not really using it to walk, but, still poking around. And you're now inside the Adventurers League. Are you there? Before I say that I'm talking to nobody. Aelin?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I'm here. It looks like my stuff's actually working again too.
Yay!
All right.
No yellow square of death anymore.
You guys have gotten some food. And you're sitting at the bar. What would you like to do?
Everyone else is gone?
Yeah, they all talked about doing other stuff, and you said you'd take the cart to the adventure skill to tie it up and make sure you guys had a place.
I guess I'll just wait for everybody here. I mean, I don't really want to go shopping. The only thing I could think is because I have that journal, right, that I can write in, so I could go just like write in that, like what's been happening.
Is that what you would like to do?
Sure.
All right. So, do you do it at the bar, or do you do it in a room?
In a room.
All right. So you retire to a room. Give me a quick overview of what you write in it.
Basically gonna write that I had that contract, but it seemed like the person who took out the contract was expecting too much of me, and considering the advice that I was given last time to stick with my party, I decided to renege on the contract and just stick with the party and see how it goes. Because I think that there will be more valuable things at the end if I stick with the party than just one contract that I picked up.
Okay. You hear a knock at your door.
Oh no. I'm going to palm a dagger behind my back and go over the door and ask who's there.
An old friend.
Oh god.
You recognize this voice to be Raven's.
Okay. I'll open the door and let her in and say, I wasn't expecting to see you here.
She closes the door behind her. I am wherever I desire to be. And I figured I would come personally to thank you for your job so well done.
Of course, I'm a professional after all. Was there something else you needed from me? Is that why you're here?
Yes. I would like to ask, what did you find with Eldeth and his body? What did his plans seem to be? I need to find out if there could cause any possible problems for myself in the future. I know he had allies.
He did, although I can tell you one of them is already dead, a certain dwarf that was with him.
The dwarf he was with is dead.
Right? Isn't that who I killed?
No.
No, never mind. Sorry, I'm getting my doors mixed up. Damn. Well, when he died, he left a whole stack of papers on some artifacts that it seems that everyone we've been running into lately is after.
Artifacts, you say? May
Yes,
I see?
some kind of, I'll hand it over to her while I explain, some kind of grouping of artifacts that, when brought together, are extremely powerful.
She seems to be flipping through the papers far faster than you can keep up with.
Oh.
It is quite interesting for you to watch. And then she stops on one and holds it up. And she goes, did you read this one? And she turns and shows it to you. It's in a language you don't understand.
Even if it is something that's interesting to me, I unfortunately can't read that. So I wouldn't know.
Do you mind if I take this one?
We've already read over all of them, so I'm sure it's fine. I know my companions seem rather interested in some of these, but beyond that, they don't hold much interest for me.
Thank you. And she rolls it up and slips it into one of her pouches. Now, I do have one last thing I'd like to ask. And she smiles and goes, I heard Aladeth was poisoned before he was skewered. What kind of poison did you use on him?
A special homebrew that a contact of mine was able to whip up for me. I can see about getting her in contact with you if she's open to trading with more people.
Oh, excellent. Do set up a meeting. I'll be around.
Thanks for stopping by. And if you have any more information that might be helpful for us regarding searching for those artifacts, please let me know. I know my companions would be interested.
I will let you know if I find anything of value. According to these artifacts, they do seem to be causing quite the trouble. And I do so love exploring old ruins. But until later. And she walks out the room and closes the door behind her.
Okay.
All right. Do you stay in the room, return to the bar?
I'll go back to the bar and wait for my friends to come back.
All right. Some time passes. Alma walks into the bar, eyes you guys immediately, and comes and walks over and sits down next to you and gets a drink as well. She's just like, all the money I'm going to make in Sardash. It's going to be fantastic. So, how are you doing, Aelin? I didn't see you when we stopped by with the others.
I'm doing as well as I can be at the moment. Though, speaking of making money in Sardash, I was wondering if you'd be interested in making some of that potion that you had made for me for a friend of mine.
Your conversation begins to slip into thieves' cant as she picks up on your jest of what you mean. She's like, of course, I have made more since the last we've seen each other. I would like to sell more. It would be quite helpful and interesting to make more customers and clients.
I'll give her the contact information for Raven because I'm supposing I have that.
You have more of like an idea that she'll be in this area. So you basically set up a time for all three of you to meet together the next day.
Okay.
Relatively early in the morning, too. And Alma thanks you and goes, I guess I better go make sure they've got all the goods off the cart until tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
And walks out.
I'm just like a shady potions dealer.
And some time passes, and Red Wolf and Giz come walking in. And then, a couple of minutes after them, comes Relentless into the bar as well. And then, far after the sun has lown past the earth and the dark is about, you comes into the bar.
Hello again, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back.
Ah, hello, sister. Do you mind if I sit with you?
Of course not. Would you like to drink some ale with me?
Or is it strong?
Unfortunately, it tastes a little watered down.
Oh, that's okay. I have a cask of golden gold because I like to get fucked up. Would you like a taste?
No, it's okay. I like to keep my wits about me.
Well, to each their own. Maybe I'll start with, Giz. Giz! You want to
Hmm?
get fucked up?
Uh, I guess. What do you mean get fucked up?
Come over here to this bar still and I show you.
Okay.
Bartender, I need 2 cups.
You're handed 2 cups. And she leans in close and she goes, "And what do you need these for?"
Well, I have a special drink to give my friend. We are toasting a very successful entrepreneur type of deal. Did I say that right, Geese?
Yeah, close enough.
Glazina. So I need to toast a special toast, and I do not think that your ale is strong enough. No offense.
She's the one who ordered the weak ale. But, alright.
Oh, you have something you think is strong. Keep in
Oh,
mind, my adopted father was a dwarf.
this puts dwarves in their places.
Oh,
And
is that
she
so?
she walks away and counts all of you guys and comes back. And this is what she looks.
Whoa!
Of course she does.
This Google barmaids
Oh,
for D&D. This is like what I get.
Don't
I'm just
lie.
like,
That's the 43rd picture in the spank folder.
how do I save this picture?
And now it's
Just
Aylin's
hurry.
7th picture in the spank folder.
and she brings over something that seems to have like a weird purplish yet white look to it. Doesn't entirely make sense.
Ooh, it looks a little bit like me.
You can tell it's probably a stout, so it's going to be a pretty heavy beer, and it's like a good 5 or 8%,
What color is it again?
like purplish with a whitish.
Purple-ish, or is it like a good deep purple color?
I don't know, whatever color that picture you want to decide is.
It's a bit of a
Closed it.
mauve. That's the good stuff.
All right. That looks pretty heavy. I only drank once before. The other kids at law school didn't invite me to their parties.
Then you should probably not drink this. And she grabs Aylin's drink and moves it towards you and goes, "This is more your style."
No, wait a minute, Giz. You are so supposed to have the toast with me. If the drink is too heavy, I can hold it for you.
You can what?
I will hold the cup if it is too heavy. I pour it in your face.
That's not necessarily what I meant. But tell you what, bartender, she's pretty serious about me drinking that one. I'll just sip on it.
That is the spirit.
She leaves the drinks with you guys and smiles and walks away.
Well, Giz, are you ready to get fucked up?
I think so. I think I might be starting to understand what you mean, but cheers?
Yes, cheers. She clanks her cup into yours pretty forcefully. And downs hers.
I do not down mine. Sip it, and I go to my real life fridge to get out a real life beer.
The immersion.
It's too real.
Now, just remember that Giz is only sipping, but that does not mean Travis has to.
And it's a great way to say it.
What were we doing?
We're becoming friends.
Shots,
All over
shots,
again.
shots.
Oh wait, I think I do
Everybody!
have here. Oh no, that's the stuff Emily bought. I'm not touching that shit with a 10-foot pole.
What about a 5-foot pole?
No.
All right, and you
Called
guys
Hellcat.
continue to spend your day here.
No, I must have drank all the tequila. I'm sorry.
And then as it gets later and later, Relentless,
Yes.
she's not being quiet. She walks up behind you and is probably intoxicated as well. And Tierney puts her arm around you and goes, "It's good to see you guys got out of Darmarmarmar. Rar.
Rah rah rah. Ooh la la. Rah ma. Yeah, let's just say we weren't very welcome. And it's about time that we headed out from Rah.
That's good to see. I heard the city's kind of been on a bit of a lockdown after we all left. From one of my contacts that was still inside. Apparently some horrible killer escaped jail. Nobody knows how.
Oh, that's strange. I don't know if I'm there or not.
You're sitting right next to Relentless.
That's strange. That's weird.
Seems one of the more milder things that was going on in that town.
Oh yes, more people are far concerned with the end of the slave trade and, well, one house has a finger pointed at it, and they're not very good at denying the horrible things they've done. But I was never really there for that. I was there for a snake man, who unfortunately escaped. But he didn't run fast enough.
What happened to him?
And, well, and she looks around and she's like, "Where's Hrothgar?" Oh well. He thought he was faster than me. Turns out he wasn't. Neither was his friend. And as promised with Hrothgar, and if you see him, split your share with him as you'd like, she gives you a pouch. It's quite heavy.
What's in the box?
And it's big, and it's 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
Whoa!
snap. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that to my inventory.
Man, that guy that ended the slave trade's quite a hero, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And she nudges you a bit.
Some would say he was the greatest of men. And a damn fine character.
Oh, yes. I remember hearing of these people. They are quite great. And she looks at you and goes, "Well, I hope Azir and Hrothgar are doing well.
Who are
And
Azir
your
and Hrothgar?
Other friends."
I never met him, but I heard that Azir guy was handsome and had a great accent.
My God.
Truly a man among men.
Man's man.
His hairy chest is legendary.
And she just kind of slumps in one of the tables, drinking with a bunch of other people. It's a pretty packed night in the Adventurers
Let's party.
or Adventurers Guild tonight.
Red Wolf already started forcing Giz to party, so...
I'm
Yes.
operating your head like a Pez dispenser, just dumping shots in.
Yes. Give me a Constitution save.
Oh God.
Oh no! Here we go.
How
Red
strong?
Wolf.
Listen, I don't really
Give me a Constitution save.
Wait,
Save
real
or
quick.
check?
Real
Save.
quick. Can I do it at disadvantage?
Oh god.
Yes.
Do it.
Wow.
Feel like that's too high. I tried to make it lower, Jack.
Well, Red Wolf is drunk, and Giz, you've been turning your head and making some of those drinks slip onto you or onto the floor.
I'm gonna say that if there's a potted plant next to me, it's a very boozy plant.
I assume that these bar stools do not spin as ours do in the modern world, but I am spinning on my stool. Whee!
How's that even possible?
Just wiggling them hips.
It's all in the hips.
All right, who wants to give me a D20? Just a flat D20.
Oh God.
Well, special thanks to you being the one who rolled it. You fall off your chair and bump into somebody next to you, and knock them over and knock his drink out of his hand
Oh god.
Oh shit.
onto his friend. And you're laying down, and you just see somebody standing over you covered in nail. It's like, you're gonna pay for that.
I'm just.
And he reaches down and picks you up, and he's like, now.
What are you saying?
And he throws you over the bar behind the thing.
Whoa.
And then next thing you know, you guys all hear a giant bar fight is starting to break out. People are fighting and they don't even know what's happening.
Oh god.
And,
I would have paid for the drinks.
I'm going to my room.
Nani?
and Red Wolf, you look over to see the barmaid's feet standing in front of you, looking up to see her staring down at you.
Oh, hello.
She reaches down, picks you up, and goes, "You're on the wrong side," and then sits you up on the bar and pushes you back across the slump in to fall to the ground again.
So for sure it's gonna be some butch ass barmaid. She's like, you're on the wrong side, throws her back across.
Get in there.
There is stuff flying. Everybody, give me a D20.
Yeah. It never fails.
Red Wolf, you. Red Wolf again. Aelin. Red Wolf, you get stepped on once, and then a chair smacks you. Aelin, you get beat right in the back of the head with a chair.
God, this is
And
like the
you-
best
you take a
Look.
full-on mug of beer right into your beaked face.
I haven't been drinking. Can I fight back?
Yes, you can.
In the name
you
of
get the
God.
idea that this is more of like a drunken brawl, so like lethal force would not be appropriate.
Don't tell
We're not
that
gonna
to
go
me.
lethal, but I'm swinging a bar stool.
Alright.
I like to think you just calmly climb down, grab the bottom of it, and just start wailing.
You
It
know
was
what?
exactly that.
And
I
now
was
this is
sitting here, minding my own business. I got hit with a mug of beer. So I'm gonna reach down, grab a leg of this bar stool, and start swinging at everybody who is not in my party list.
Relentless.
Go
You,
on.
with your roll, dodge a chair coming past you and just put your foot out and trip the guy and push him off to the side. You do notice standing on top of a table is a giant red tiefling fighting with several people around her and going crazy. Give me a perception check.
What? I
You
know
notice it to be
exactly who that
tyranny.
is.
Yeah, you know it's tyranny. And thank God I made this DC check 5, not knowing you had a base thing of 7.
Re-
In a moment when she kicks somebody off the table she's standing on and takes her stance, you get the flash image of Callie over her, and they both have the same stance in their base form. And then she goes diving off the table into like 2 more people flying halfway across the room and just getting into more of a fight.
What?
The brawl does not seem like it's going to calm down.
I'm gonna start throwing chairs.
Okay.
This looks like the best opportunity to let out the frustration I've had the past few years, and I'm just gonna wade into the massive
Can I
body.
just say that I love
Take
that
what
it's not
hits I'm
even
gonna take.
it's not even an
I'm
attack
just-
roll and you still roll a nat 1.
Thanks.
All right.
I may get
Yes.
beaten up. I don't care. I just want to
Relentless
punch some
Yes.
people.
and Red Wolf. Are you guys going to participate in this bar brawl?
Oh
or
hell
try to
yeah.
retire?
I put
Yes.
my knuckles away and people catching hands.
I'm
To
gonna stand up and
answer-
flip the table in front of me.
Jack, to answer your question, I'm gonna cast the spell Alter Self and turn my hands into mallet. I'm just gonna start going buck wild. I'm drunk, man.
They call against the tenderizer.
Oh.
Good old hamburger helper. So my battle strat, it's pretty much just gonna be holding people up for Red Wolf because she's so fucking drunk. It's just going hit here.
I'm gonna
You
slam
guys-
the table.
As you sprawl around for the duration of the night, you eventually find yourself waking up in different positions all across the bar.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Agalia seems to have returned to her room in the night.
Is Gizmo
I
a
don't know.
chandelier?
Well, maybe she would fight, so fine. She's passed out over here, under a table.
I feel like, what's that gif of the Admiral just walking through the exploding ship? That's probably what she's...
Oh man, that's good.
You wake up. Everything is trashed. There are probably about 20 plus people laying across the floors and tables, and a few people seem to be piled up on top of the bearskin rug, like they're all trying to sleep on its softness. Aylin, you begin to wake up and realize you might be late for a certain meeting.
Oh shit. I forgot about that.
I know your character wouldn't. That's why I
Yeah.
reminded you.
Thank you. I'm gonna get up and dust myself off. That fight left me in a better mood though, so I'm gonna happily make my way to... Let's go sell some poison.
All right. You head out of the Adventurers Guild and weave around some places and end up in an alley. And then you see, we'll go with this as the alley.
Okay.
I don't know why it's so big. And then Alma approaches you. And she's like, I'm ready to sell. I can't wait to meet your friend. And
She
then
should
Raven,
be here soon.
and then Raven kind of walks out of a shadow, like you didn't even notice she was there.
Pretty.
She's like,
kid.
Show off.
here to do business. Alma seems a bit taken aback by how she could have possibly been there the whole time without either of you knowing. And pulls out one of her containers, hands it to Raven, and she inspects it and looks it over and like opens it up and holds it and raises an eyebrow, and she goes, interesting. I thought this would be a drow poison, with you being a drow, but seems not to be. But still a spider venom. What kind do you use? And Alma just like looks at her and she goes, a special kind, only found in my home. And Raven raises an eyebrow and is just like, and where might you be from? And they seem to be kind of intimidating each other back and forth.
Oh my gosh. Ladies, we're all like-minded individuals here. Perhaps the fewer questions, the better.
Oh, it's always good to know a thing or two about your friends.
Oh, I'm worried what she knows about me. Damn.
Oh, and as the conversation seems to go on, Alma says she's from an area called the Spider Swamp. And Raven goes, you must have quite an assortment of poisons and venoms you make from there. I hope to do business again. And she looks over at you, Aelin,
Mm-hmm.
and goes, now, I do have more to talk with you about. And Alma goes, and my business here is done, and walks away. And
What did you
Raven,
need, Raven?
oh, you did so good at killing Aladeth. I figured I could hire you to do something else for me.
What did you have in mind?
The city's Inquisition has a particular member I've heard rumors about. And I hear he has a secret laboratory somewhere in the city. They say it's possibly underground or hidden by one of the finer buildings. I desire its location. I need you to find this for me.
Sounds easy enough. Do you have any more information on this, or just that it's underground somewhere?
The Inquisitor rarely appears. He has a right-hand man who seems to always be going about and doing his bidding for him. Find that man, track that man, and I believe that is how you will find him.
Thank you for the information. I'll see what I can do.
Have a good day.
You as well. And
And
I'll...
she literally walks back and disappears into the shadow.
It's only mildly unsettling. And I'll walk back to the Adventurers Guild and see if my friends are awake.
Most everybody is up. And what are you guys doing?
I am under this table in the corner, leg pressing it. Just exercising.
Giz is essentially pretending to still be asleep, not because he doesn't want anyone to know he's awake, because he has such a bad hangover that all light, sounds, and movement feel like fire.
No, them feels.
You is curious to see why the table is moving up and down. And is now staring at Red.
I'm looking at you upside down. Hello, little bird.
Why do you lift this table?
Well, it makes my legs strong and it feels good. So I do what feels good.
Is the table heavy?
You broke up there.
Is the table heavy enough?
No, it isn't. Do you want to hop up there?
As you bring it down, you flutters up on top and is now perched on the table.
Okay, hang on.
But aren't
Pretty
birds
heavy.
really light?
So, well, actually, he is probably pretty light.
Because he's got hollow bones. He's a
Uh,
bird.
Yeah, he adds another 80 pounds, so that should be within your strength range, hands down with a 12.
Oh, yeah.
So you keep continuing even with him there.
I'm going faster.
You spread his wings in delight.
It's like a kid on a tire swing.
Gizzle is very, very softly saying water. In real life, I have sourdough bread and potatoes and cream.
Just living the dream over there.
Yeah, I'm
You
literally
doesn't
just
hear
eating
your
a
cries
bowl
for
of
water.
potatoes with bread. I'm living my best fucking poor people life.
You does not hear your cries for water over his squeals of joy.
What did his squeals of joy sound like?
Little bird chirps. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Just like happy coos.
Yeah.
He scuffed my sneakers. He poured Morton salt all over me.
And begins to preen himself. Successful.
Giz is so hungover he does a death saving throw.
Alright, what is your guys' plan?
Because he feels like.
Why does it say death?
Because I did
He's
a
so
death
hungover.
saving throw.
Oh.
Well, Relentless is going to start asking around to people if there's anyone that might know how the sewer structure and stuff like that, like how this place is put together. But Giz does know a history of this place, so does he know?
He does not know a history of this place. He rolled that for the fort.
Ah, okay.
Would he be willing to look into the history of this place?
If you get him a glass of water, I'm sure he'd love to.
Sure, I'll do that.
I'm gonna slide on over there with some waters.
So we just show it with all the water. Just like we need
Yeah.
info. You bring
Please
a
accept
you bring a
humble
glass,
offering.
and I bring a whole igloo, like one of those little like water coolers on my shoulders.
Oh, why does my head hurt so much?
Too much ale will do that to you. Here, drink this. I believe Relentless may have brought you some as well. I'm gonna eye Relentless suspiciously because I know I'm trying to get information, so probably trying to get information.
Well, I'm gonna slam down Aylin's glass of water. Jack, should I do a Constitution saving throw to see if I throw it up?
Yes. You keep it down.
Oh man, oh, I never want
Feel a
to
little
drink
better.
again. What'd you say, Jack?
You're feeling a little better.
Drinking is hard. So hard. Hi, Relentless. Hi, Aylin. I'm gonna take the glass of water from Relentless too. Thank you guys so much.
Of course, we want to make sure you're back in peak shape. And speaking of, I have some questions for you since you seem to be our resident historian.
Okay, what's up?
Do you know anything about the Inquisitor in this city?
Well, I did roll a 28 on history when we got here.
No,
What do
you
you
weren't
think?
here.
What?
You
That
were
That
was
was for the fort.
fort.
Oh, yeah.
You better roll another 20.
Well, let me just roll my history die here and see. Yeah.
Not bad.
I come from another world, so I'm super meta.
Yeah.
You know the reason nobody bats an eye at orcs and half orcs just walking around this city is because the ruler of this city for the last 50 years has been a family who was half orcs. For the most part, mainly humans, but the last two rulers were half orcs in that family. So it's they run a pretty good ship, and everybody really likes them. They've kept Sardash nice, healthy, and rich. You do know the reason the Inquisition was brought about, though, was because 15 years a demon asshole tore up the northern end of the Sword Coast, and word spread through Faerun, and everybody has their fears. And you know that all the Inquisitors are quite a secretive bunch. But there are ways to get them to look in your direction.
I tell her all that and follow it with the, I really don't like the Inquisitors. They kind of act as judge, jury, and executioner, and that's not what the law's about.
You understand that the quickest way to get a Inquisition's notice is to try to defend somebody the Inquisition has deemed heretical.
Why do I have a feeling that this is going to involve me way more than I want? I tell her that.
Well, only if you're interested in, restoring the order of law back to the city. Gonna give him a look like nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Roll a deception check if you're saying that to him, and give me an insight. Although with your history, you know straight up she's lying. This city is incredibly peaceful, and even with the Inquisition, the law and order here is pretty well done.
Please. Damn it. Think I'm cursed.
Well, that was a good
You
roll.
heard it here first, folks.
Curse!
Yeah, for Aylin, that wasn't bad.
Oh, a curse on the night that Kura's not around. That sucks. She loves for some
Oh my god.
Is it cursed?
So, Relentless, give me a persuasion.
A persuasion?
Yeah.
I
Oh shit, I gotta be right back again, guys. I just realized I'm sitting here eating my bread and potatoes without butter like a fucking peasant.
Wasn't that the point of the bread and potatoes meal?
No, the point is to be as unhealthy as possible.
Despite your consistent persuasions of talking to people, nobody wants to talk about the Inquisition. Especially with somebody who's from outside the town.
Rude.
Good morning, sister.
Good morning, Red. How are you feeling?
Oh, that drink I had last night was terrible. You know, I was on the floor without a man. What is the point? It's too strong. But she did warn me. It does wipe out a dwarf. I should have listened. What are you talking?
We're learning a little bit about the city that we're in. Our friend Giz here was just filling us in about Inquisition.
What is this Inquisition?
Apparently, they don't like heretics around here. Although I'm not sure what a heretic is.
Oh, I think I know what those are. They are in the desert. They are very small, and they drink your blood. Also, if you are bitten by one, you can become very weak. Yes.
Honestly, could be.
They're like a very powerful version of a tick, yes? Very hairy ones?
I don't think I've ever run into one, but I'll be sure to be on the lookout.
That's it if you do.
I'm gonna turn to Giz. So what exactly would make us a heretic and so we can avoid any jail time during our visit to this city? Look pointedly at you.
Are you looking at him because he is a bird, and birds are often covered in ticks?
We had to break that one out of jail last city we were in. I'm trying to avoid that this time.
Oh, well, that's easy. Just don't let them get caught.
You know, that's the model I usually live by.
I have a feeling we are going to be very good sisters. Deimos, are you muted?
I'm back from getting my butter.
The epic quest of the night.
Yeah, I was literally gone until I heard you say, "Are you muted?"
So what would make us a heretic in this city? Like what should we not do?
Well,
You know,
I mean, I'm gonna go out
blasphemy
on
against the gods, demon worship,
You know,
Demon worship?
worshipping of the wrong gods.
Cough. Worshipping wrong gods, you cough.
You got you over here just like, what are the right gods? Asking the real
staring out the
question.
window.
Why
off
is it
into
wrong
the
if it
distance.
feels so right?
Why won't anyone just understand me?
All I want to do is live my life.
Just want to live your
There.
best life.
Live your best life.
So what was I needed for?
I think we already got the question answered.
Okay, cool. Well, guys, Nothing to see here. Let's all just go quietly back to our rooms and not make any trouble until Red and I get to do our competition.
I think that is going to take some time. We probably have plenty of time to do other things.
Yeah, but Red, from what I've learned so far, is that the more things we do, the quicker we have to leave town.
Oh. Well, that is okay. I don't have to see everything this trip. We can come back.
I'm sure we'll be welcome for years to come, Red.
That is a nice thought.
Well, why don't we go out and see the town unless you have something more important to do?
I think my sister here is looking for hairy ticks, so we should help her.
Well,
But
if you have nothing else to do, you're more than welcome to tag along and help me with a chore that I need done.
Oh, I would be delighted.
How good are you at spying? I'm completely serious, by the way.
At spying, eh? Well, maybe if I could use Sheba. What kind of thing are you looking at?
Ooh, that is a good idea. We're trying to find a bad guy, but we don't want him to know that we're trying to find him.
Oh, do you know who this guy is?
He is the assistant to the Inquisitor, one of the Inquisitors, right? That's who I'm looking for.
You're looking for an Inquisitor who is also an assistant to a higher Inquisitor.
Okay. Well, we're looking for one of the Inquisitors who is an assistant to a High Inquisitor. We need to find out where he's going and what he's doing. You think you could help with that?
I think I would very much like to. Perhaps if we could get a piece of his clothing, something with his smell, Sheba could track it, but if we could have that, then we probably already know where he is. I'm going to say no, I am not very good at the spying.
Oh, it's alright. I appreciate you wanting to help, though. I'll probably be out the rest of the day while you guys have fun in the city then.
You sure you don't want me to tag along and maybe be a distraction?
No, I don't want you caught up in anything bad if you are a distraction.
Okay.
So I will bid them farewell and head out for the day to see if I tracked down.
All right. Is anybody gonna forcibly go with her, or just let her go?
I'm just gonna let her go.
Hayden, if I could have a moment of your time alone?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go back to your room and talk?
No, I do not afford rooms. I sleep with Jiva. In the hay, I think.
Would you like to go to my room and talk?
Oh, you have a room? That is nice. I would like to see it.
Okay, let's go. Girl time!
Yeah. Alright, I come in after you, close the door, and stand in front of it, so there's no physical way for you to get past me.
Okay, that's a little unsettling.
It's a little weird.
Oh, God, is this about my hair?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's great.
So, Red, what can I help you with?
How many times a day do you brush that? She points at your head.
I brush it every morning, and it's
You don't know why she's asking you. You don't know she's collecting hair.
Okay, I'm just gonna be confused and be like, I brush it every day, and did you need help with taking care of your hair? Because I can teach you how to braid it, and I'll hold up my braid since all my hair is braided in the back.
Yes. I guess I'll roll deception.
Yeah. Roll insight. Well, roll deception.
What do I have to roll something?
Insight.
Are you insight?
Where is it? Come on. No, of course.
Yes,
Lame.
if you cut a braid off for me, and then I could keep it and study it.
You can't learn how to braid from cutting it off. I can just.
You believe her. She seems to be incredibly truthful with you.
Oh, damn it.
I do show you Alma's hair that I have made into like a bracelet. It would be like one of these. And I could look at it whenever you are not around and I am missing you.
Well, I do need a haircut. It has been a while. So I have to unbraid it first though, because I have a length of oh my god, like spikes in it. You know, in case anyone tries to grab it. And I'll start unbraiding my hair.
Okay.
And cut off a little bit, rebraid it with no spike, and then cut off a little bit for her. Will this do? It's about 3 inches.
She takes it from you and holds it up in between her eyeballs, and they kind of go crossed, looking at it. Oh, yes, this is nice. Thank you. Then she steps out of the way of the door.
You're very welcome. Was there anything else I could help you with?
Not at this time. Please enjoy your day all alone.
Okay. And I'll go back into the main room and then go do my reconnaissance.
What's everyone else doing? Relentless, you're walking around trying to question people.
Yep. Just walking around, not really interrogating people, but just trying to find out what people know about the sewer systems and if they've seen anything strange lately.
All right. You, Red Wolf, Giz.
I'll come back out to the tavern area and see what other people are doing.
You know, Giz is just living life, man.
He's living his best life.
That's right. I mean, he's nursing his hangover. He just finished eating a huge bowl of potatoes and green beans, with some sourdough bread. He even got
Alright.
some butter.
Relentless, give me another persuasion.
Bread could have been
Alright.
baked a little bit.
This time, as you're talking with people about the sewers, they mention how they're off limits to everything. But back when this city was built, long ago, they struck a deal with some kobolds to help build the underground sewer system. And the kobolds built that system, and now they roll the under the city. So nobody goes down there because if you go down there, the kobolds won't let you leave. So all the gates are locked, any of the more noticeable ones, and any way to get in or out of the sewer system is not known to the public. But they mentioned that maybe the guards or the Inquisition know because they know that they still do trades with them here and there for things the kobold needs, you know, repairs, got to keep the sewer system working. So they must have an area to meet them somewhere.
Does anyone know where that area is?
None of the civilians seem to.
Who are the people that are usually in charge of these transactions with the kobolds?
They mentioned the Inquisition.
Well, looks like our paths align.
So unexpected.
I can change it if you want. Jesus.
She wasn't being sarcastic.
I know.
Because no one expects this vanishing.
Someone had to do it. And it was only a matter of time before it happened. And I'm just glad it's done. Alright.
So, you're walking around in the mall district. Mall. You know what I said.
The Melon
Aelin.
District. Got it.
What are you doing?
I'm going to see if there's anyone. So, do the Inquisitors wear like robes or something that I'd be able to, like?
No, you can't expect.
Presumably.
Okay. So I'm going to basically walk around and look at a couple of like people's shops and things like that, and just kind of listen and look and see, and if anybody's talking about the Inquisitors. See if I see anyone that looks like one of them, and kind of go from there.
All right. Give me a perception check. And you, what are you doing?
You is very curious at Relentless walking around talking to people in this bar. And they're staring at him trying to figure out what's going on.
He's not in the bar. He's walking around the city. Did you go with him?
Yes. Because
Alright.
he was curious.
The heck is my perception?
So, Relentless, you obviously know that you is walking around with you.
There it is. Oh my god.
You don't
Why
notice
does this
anybody
hate me
in
so much?
robes. Unfortunate.
Karma.
Maybe don't screw over your party members.
What have I done recently?
That was 2 weeks
Rob,
ago.
So, after a couple of hours seem to go by, Giz, you've sobered up. Aelin, you're just wandering the streets mindlessly, and you bump into Relentless and you,
Oh god. I mean, oh hi.
who have questioned a few people.
With our fists.
Really, really though.
No. Not really.
You
Have you-
is
Yeah.
Have you found anything
still
interesting?
trying to figure.
Oh no. Oh no.
Any worthwhile information?
Just that the information that I require comes from someone called the Inquisitors.
I'm looking for Inquisitors too. Looks like we're all looking for the same thing and have yet to find it.
Love.
What is love?
All right.
Baby, don't hurt me.
All three of you can give me perception checks.
Perception check. Mine's gonna be better.
Yeah, I can pretty much guarantee that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Looks about right.
My god, you should reinstall Fantasy Grounds until it starts working properly for you. Jesus Christ.
I know! I should just have like a real set of dice and tell you what I roll.
Yeah, because that's gonna work.
Every roll tonight is but a
Another
nat 20.
Would you look at that?
All I needed was real dice. Suddenly my luck changed.
So now you hear the dice roll and you go, oh shit. Oh,
Hear
look at
Damos
that.
You hear Damos over his shoulder. That's not a 20. And then just a slap and goes, wow, a 20, honey.
Good job.
I can't believe you rolled another 20.
What are the odds?
Did I read the script correctly this time? Don't hit me.
Not the hot sauce.
Oh my god. So, as you're walking in between some of the streets and whatnot, all three of you, a couple of blocks away, but slightly over the tops of the buildings, can see the head of a certain frost giant walking past along the streets.
What's that bitch doing here?
And you go running down afterwards. But when you get to the intersection, there are guards standing there. And she's already walked plenty bar. No one's allowed on the streets until they pass. We don't want any problems with them. And then you see, following up the rear, a man in white robes and in plate armor. Walking behind them, white and black, like kind of mixed together in between like different robes and whatnot. He looks extra special, sticking out. And then after a few minutes, the guards let traffic go by, and Jorngora has walked out of view.
I'm gonna nudge Relentless and point out the guy in the robes to him. Robes and armor. Looks like that might be what we're looking for. Certainly stands out, doesn't he?
To say the least. He doesn't seem to fit in with the normal crowd that we've seen thus far.
He seems to now be going about his business in another direction.
I'm going to casually tail him.
Pass without a trace.
All right, all three of you. Who's following him?
I'm definitely following him.
I'm definitely following him.
I'm gonna try to fly above and see if I can tail him from above.
All right. Relentless, Aelin, add +10 in your modifiers to your roll.
How do I do +10?
Just
Click
type
on
in.
modifiers and then type in 10.
I think I already have a +10 on there. Right?
No, that's just your natural 10, so that should be 23 instead of 13.
Okay.
You give me a stealth check. You are not close enough to Relentless to get his plus. And you're flying in the air, so do it at disadvantage. You know what?
Okay.
Never mind.
Bird person stands out. Half orcs are fine, but bird people,
How about I
That's
just
a
fly
no-go.
into a wall and we'll follow them instead?
So you're flying through the air, and multiple people are looking up in the air and pointing you out at the moment. As you seem to be just flying up, staring out, the Inquisitor looks up at you, and he's just like, "Don't cause any problems. Get down." And he's pointing at the ground.
I descend.
When you land, he's like, "Don't do that again. Walk like the rest of us." And he turns around.
But I have these for a reason and really extend wings.
Why do you deny what I
That's
am?
racist.
And he turns around and begins walking away down the street.
You yell him, "You're not my real dad," to him.
Making my way downtown.
He just kind of watches him leave and then blends into the crowd following. Or tries to blend
Everybody
into the crowd.
is. Everybody is keeping. Oh no, you can't. He knows your face now. Yeah. You can't. You cannot follow him without him noticing. At the moment.
Is it a face, little bird?
Yeah. Eyes, nose, and mouth, that's all face
Yeah,
material.
birds have faces. Wow, that's so rude. Trying to tell this Birdman he doesn't have a face.
So.
Where's the rest of you?
Apparently he's not allowed to fly, so...
So
Every
Aelin
time
and
he flies,
Relentless
there's problems.
tailing him down the street. And eventually he enters what seems to be a bit of a big stone building with some symbols on it that says Inquisition on it.
Relentless just kind of holds out his hands like, huh? Huh?
Well, that was unexpected.
Think we found who we're looking for. Alright, so I'm gonna walk up to the front gates of this place. Is there anybody guarding it?
There does not seem to be any guards standing outside of it. Most people seem to be steering clear.
Alright, well, we're just gonna walk up. Well, at least I'm gonna just walk up. And I'm gonna try to walk in and approach this gentleman.
You're just going to open the door and walk in?
Well, if there's nobody guarding it, it's a public place, right?
So, you walk up. It seems to be unlocked. You walk in. There's a big hall and a desk in front of you with a man sitting behind it. Not the same one. He's in white and black robes. And he's like, "How can I help you today, sir?"
I'm gonna go over with him the issues that I've heard in the town about the sewer system, and I was just wondering if there was anything going on with them.
That is not concern for civilians. We are taking care of it.
Someone's cranky.
Port mission.
Well, who is in charge
Why-
of this mission?
Why are you so interested in our sewer system? You do not look like one of the locals around here. I do not believe I've seen any of your kind before.
Well, as you can see, based on my stature, I look for work, and I've heard a recent throughout the town that there were some issues with the sewers, and I thought there could be some potential for work, and they said to come talk to this place here, and here I am. So I'm just seeing if you need someone to investigate those sewers. I don't understand.
Your friend must be playing quite the trick on you. The Inquisition will come to people if they require help. People do not come to the Inquisition to help us.
Well, I'm not from around here, and I'm not familiar in your ways. Based on with my mercenary background, I would know a little bit about them, but obviously...
No, they're not a
people conduct
mercenary group. They are a government organization.
Well, there's your problem.
You sure that they're a government organization? Because to me, they sound like a bunch of cunts.
Well,
Exactly.
Yeah,
government.
so-
It speaks for itself.
And if we need help, we'll contact you. Where are you staying?
I'm not staying anywhere at the moment, but when I find out and I end up staying somewhere, I'll gladly let you know.
I'm sure you are. Have a good day, civilian.
Reynolds just kind of like glares at him, like, what the fuck? You really are fucking weird. And then just walks out and relays the information. Like, apparently they're not talking. They don't want to talk about anything. They say there's nothing going on, but first he said it was not any of our concern. So there obviously is something going on with the sewer systems. But I think we need to find out who is actually going down there to talk to these apparently these kobolds that live down there. Someone's in charge of reporting with them. So we need to find out who that is and track them down. And possibly follow them and see if there's an end to the sewers, because nobody's given up any information.
Jack, can I ask a question?
Yep.
Is the place that I'm looking for, since it's supposed to be underground, does that mean that it's in these tunnels?
Possibly.
Is that a safe
maybe,
assumption?
Maybe not.
Okay. I'm gonna help then and hope that that's going to lead me to what I need.
All right.
Do you think we should possibly watch somebody to see if they go into these tunnels, or do you want to just try and find an entrance? I don't know how much we'd have just wandering around the city looking for manholes.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be best to scout them out. I don't think they would do their dealings in raw daylight. So they'd probably do their dealings sometime at night. So it'd probably be best to wait around for that and see who gets dispatched at night and just kind of follow them, see what happens.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So you guys are just gonna wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You eventually kind of comes walking up slowly behind you guys, like he's still trying to sneak about, but he's staying way behind because he isn't close enough to you to get your stealth benefit, which has no draw. Obviously. And you guys wait outside the Inquisition office.
Yep.
Yeah, until it's nighttime, and then we go follow some people.
All right.
Is there an area for high ground?
There's buildings around you.
Alright, well I suggest that we scale those so we can get a better vantage point of where these people are going.
All right. How do you plan on doing that?
Go to a dark secluded area, preferably an alleyway that's not, manned, and start climbing up the walls to the top. And that way we have eyes on how many entrances and exits.
How do you plan on climbing it?
With my...
Well, I've got some rope.
You can use rope to climb it.
Relentless, you have a you has a flight speed, so we'll fly up top and tie up. And then you two can climb up.
Since this is unmanned and we're not being seen, I can fly up there and get you guys.
All right, is that what you guys do?
Yup.
Yep.
All right. So it starts to get darker as the night goes. The sun starts to go down, and then you guys are standing there, and you hear what sounds like a door opening behind you. And you look over, and it's like a rooftop trapdoor.
Oh god.
Opens up, and the Inquisitor, who is sitting at the front desk, comes up. And he's like, trying to spy on the Inquisition. Such inappropriate things. You shouldn't have done that. What are you really here for?
I flat out tell them everything that was supposed to be going down in the sewers. That there's an artifact in your sewers, and this is what's going on.
Give me a persuasion check.
Balls in your court.
Well, with a 3, he believes you. He looks you up and down, and he's like, you believe this artifact is powerful, and possibly enemies of our city will come.
You already have enemies in your city.
Yes, they're standing before me.
Whoa.
Fine. Come with me. We will talk to the High Inquisitor.
Oh, jeez.
And he climbs back down the ladder, and as you guys follow him down, he looks back and goes, is this all of you? Do you have other friends you require?
Yes, and I give him the information about the dwarf monk leader. And tell him that he's involved.
You give him the name.
Mm-hmm. And a description, and where he's staying, and where his room is.
And the
You
list
tell
of his
him
greatest
about
fears.
what do you tell him about Callie?
I don't tell him anything about Callie.
All right. So you just say that the dwarf leaders. He tells you to wait for all this, where you start explaining. He asks if you want to gather, if you have any friends, or if this is you three.
For the record, I'm not happy with this situation. I like to do things on the down low. This is way too.
And if you would like to gather the rest of your team before meeting the High Inquisitor.
I'm
Would
very
you like
uncomfortable.
to get Red Wolf, Giz, and Agalia?
Yeah.
Okay. So you quickly return to the Adventurers Guild. Red Wolf, Giz, and Agalia. Agalia's willing to come. Giz, Red Wolf?
Well, when you guys get there, Red Wolf is sitting on this bearskin rug in front of the fireplace, and she has Giz propped up on her knees. And she's just staring into the fire, running her hands through his frizzy hair, and she's talking with him. Giz, I want to know, what do you miss the most about your home?
The invention.
One invention?
No. But nobody around here seems to know what they're doing. All the wizards are just normal wizards, and nobody seems to be playing with good stuff. I mean, look at my armor that I'm wearing. This is all like gears and technology and infused with magic. It's way better than other people's stuff. But all the wizards around here are like, you're just a crazy person.
Oh, I don't think you're crazy, but I do think you might be better off without the armor. I don't
No.
wear armor and I feel free.
My armor makes me feel very warm and safe.
Like this fire?
Yeah, a lot like that.
Upon that part, Relentless, Aelin, and you enter and walk up to you guys.
Oh, hey, there they are.
Jack, can I sleight of hand some of his hair?
What are you cutting it with? Or are you just trying to yank it out?
I think for most of the day we've been sitting here and I've been running my hand through his hair, so any
Oh,
sort-
yeah. Give me a... You don't... No sleight of hand needed. You get hair. It's just natural part of running your fingers through.
You get that hair.
Get
Giz,
that hair.
Do you resist any of this?
Nah.
Then there you go. All right. So, do you guys agree to return with them to the Inquisition?
If you are saying that we are needed, then I will come. As long as we are going to have fun. Relentless, you promise?
Yeah.
Okay, then it is said, and it is done.
All right. So you guys return to the
I
Inquisition.
follow, but you hear Giz mumble another under his breath, and he's just like, "Oh God, the dealing with the Inquisition never goes well."
These people are our friends, kids. We have to help them.
I'm gonna help. I'm just warning you guys now. This isn't gonna end well.
All right. So you guys return to the Inquisition, and he takes you to a room that has some tables and chairs in it. He goes, Inquisitor Grassrock will be with you momentarily. And he walks out.
Inquisitor Grassrock? That's a strange name.
So it's a good place to take a break? Since it says host connection lost.
Damn.
Dun dun dun.
Bum bum.
I'm not okay with this not being a shady deal.
I would like for it to be a shady deal, but guess what? These damn Inquisitors and their almighty frickin'...
How did they know we were on the roof?
You tell me!
Ugh.
This is what happens anytime they have to interact with any sort of authority figure in this fucking campaign.
I think inside
Yeah,
that
I'm
guy's
not
sitting at
okay
the
with
desk,
this.
and it just sounds like Christmas morning reindeer on the roof.
I'm gonna say it was the swole cat.
Yeah,
Again,
it's
my
me, and I
experience
rolled
Like-
with
consistent
government here in
30s
America.
on my
My
stealth checks.
My experience with government here in America is that they're completely incompetent and unable to do anything correctly, so it's not really believable that they're just omnipotent.
I
They
just don't
can't
know
even.
how, I just don't know
I
how
file my
government works.
damn taxes and the IRS can't even get that right.
I'm just upset that this is too much like real life where I can't get away with bad without there being consequences.
How
I
about
don't play
that?
Dungeons and Dragons for consequences.
Mm.
The cuckening is real.
I
just
want
wanna
it to be more
assassinate
like a video
people.
game where I just ride into town and murder everyone, and people are just cool with it.
I was promised this would be like Skyrim.
Who told you that?
I was promised this would be like a bad game from 8 years ago.
It does
Yeah.
have better mods.
Skyrim is amazing even without mods.
I love
TBH.
Skyrim.
I love Skyrim as well, but I love it 6 years ago.
I was playing it today.
I am just so done with it. And everyone's like, "Are you gonna?"
Only 90s kids will remember.
It's almost old enough, Justin.
Like, what's the point in even having? I'm about to just, like, next campaign, I'm just gonna make a character that kicks down all doors and knocks shit over. Cause, like, doesn't matter what I roll on a pass without a trace or a stealth check. It's like, yep, they fucking saw you. I'm like, okay. What's the point in having this character that's super stealthy? They're like, yeah, it's a fiddler on the roof situation. You wore your clogs today, so they heard you. I'm like, okay. So now we're in this room with this guy who's probably gonna try to incarcerate me or put me in jail.
He doesn't like cats, he's allergic.
If he's allergic, then I'm gonna rub my fucking fur all in his nose.
Start purring.
I like it. I like it like that. I like it rough. You smell that fur? You feel your throat clogging up? Have an allergic reaction, are we?
Alternative autoerotic asphyxiation.
Straight up shove all of my fur in his nose. It's like, yeah, that's how I get
It's
down.
back up.
Woohoo!
It's like, that's how it works, baby. I'm gonna die today.
You know, even if I'm rolling badly, I'm just glad that like my fantasy grounds is actually working now. Because that was getting annoying.
Did you have to end up uninstalling and reinstalling?
Yup. I did indeed.
character selection isn't pulling up anything right now.
Just give it a second.
Alright, there it goes. There's that unable to save file crap.
Is everyone here? Let's see.
I am here.
I'm here, I'm just trying to get all my stuff to load up properly right now.
Here.
Alright, my stuff's up now.
Alright, everybody see the map?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody else gonna click that check mark?
Yes.
I'm trying to click mine. There it goes.
Alright. You guys see yourselves on the Adventures Hall map.
Yeah, see, I'm on something that resembles a map, but it's just gray squares right now.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so you're standing in there, and then that Inquisitor leaves, and this moment he leaves, another one walks in. The one you saw walking down the streets. Inquisitor Grassrock. And he looks at you, all of you up and down. He's just like, so I hear you have information on the sewers.
Is that all that was said to you?
I would rather hear it from you.
Of course you would. So, you have an artifact in your sewers potentially. And I want to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands of someone that can probably rip your face off. So I know that you work with the kobolds, and I was trying to get information on how you interact with the kobolds, because they may have some clues as to where the artifact is.
Kobolds have been acting strange as of late. And you suggest this artifact is powerful, I assume?
Wouldn't be bringing it to your attention if it wasn't.
Yes. Do you mention Thran or Thravis, or what's his name? Kelly's master?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alright.
Let them know that he is trying to acquire all of them for some reason that's unknown, and what he looks like and who he is.
Does he work alone?
In his mission, yes, he does.
So we should expect him by himself this is, and yes.
Performing the acts? Yes.
I will begin to keep an eye on it. You suggest, the Inquisition cannot necessarily be seen causing problems with kobolds. After all, they could cause much harm to the city. But I should... He goes silent. And then he turns around and opens the door and steps out of the way. And another Inquisitor walks in. And he looks at you and he goes, "How interesting this is." And you don't hear him speak. You hear it in your mind.
Oh no, creepy.
The kobolds have an artifact that is interesting. There are things in the sewers I desire as well. I believe we can make a deal. And he undoes his cloak, and you guys see this looking at you. My name is Inquisitor Thrill. I hope we can work together. And all that is in your mind. And that's where we're going to end this week.
I don't like mind flayers. They're gross.
I'm gonna go play Animal Crossing now.
I can't wait for Animal Crossing on the Switch.
Me neither! I've been waiting
And
years.
with that, that's where we'll end. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night!